degrees, and we had a little bit of snow on today, and it was not fun to work out in the weather today, over.
Oh, man, I'm really sorry to hear that. This has been our warmest day of the year. I think they said 82 or 84. Of course, we've got the 35-mile-an-hour winds that bring all that heat up from the south. But, yeah, as the tale of two different types of weather there. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger that. Supposed to be 65 tomorrow, so I'll look forward to 65 working outside for that. Randy, I got you a good 5.9 up here. Solid 5.9, northern Michigan. I'm on an ICOM 7300 barefoot. How do I want that, you good?
Oh, fine business. Yeah, you're about 5 and 7 in my receive. I do think that my meter is stingy because most of the time the audio is way outweigh the signal. Of course, I don't run any preamp or anything. You're 5 and 7, 5 and 8 in the receive here. This is the Yaesu FTDX10 with a 40-meter dipole off the side of the tower, about 38 foot. There, go ahead.
All right, very good, Randy. Hang on 1 second. We got another station coming in. Hold on 1 second. There's another station calling in there. Other station calling, November 9 kilowatts to Papa. Go ahead. K0RWB, over.
Greg, you're coming in very clear. A lot of static along with it. I'm new to the hobby. ICOM 7300 out of Hopkinton, Mass.
Okay, very good. Well, it's doing a fantastic job up in Michigan here. The name here is Cameron, November 9 kilowatts for Papa, and we got Randy, Kilo Zero Romeo Whiskey Bravo on the other end. I'm going to send it over to Randy, and we can send it back to you. Kilo Zero Romeo Whiskey Bravo, Randy. I got a one station up in Massachusetts.
Yeah, we heard him a little bit. Well, that's great because we're actually streaming live on YouTube right now, so we both get to be part of the party there. We try to do this on during the week here in the evenings, and so contact number 1 and contact number 2 there. Go ahead.
Yeah, all right. I didn't catch the name of the station up there in Massachusetts. If you want to go with your name, the name here is Cameron, Charlie Alpha, Mike Echo, Romeo Oscar, November. And yes, I am on an ICOM 7300 as well. 100 watts barefoot. Go ahead.
All right, the static and the speed of your call sign is going by my head. I appreciate you letting me in. KC1OPK, Massachusetts.
Okay, what's the name up there in Massachusetts? Is it Barry?
That's Barry.
All right, very good, Barry. My call is November 9, kilowatt Oscar Papa. That's Norway 9, King Ocean Hall. And you got Randy on the other end, who is live streaming on YouTube. Kilo Zero Romeo Whiskey Bravo, and I'll send it over to him. Go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, no problem. I didn't catch the call in Massachusetts, but that doesn't mean anything because the band always seems to start off slow for me, and it picks up as the night goes on. Again, the call here is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. The handle is Randy, the QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Randy, thank you. This is KC1OPK. We're about 26 miles southwest of Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I copy Kilo Charlie 1 Oscar Papa kilowatt. Yeah, well, that's great. And welcome aboard to YouTube Live this evening there. Go ahead.
Randy, I didn't catch the first person's handle or call sign. It was a little staticky.
Yeah, no problem. The handle here is Randy, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee. The call is Kilowatt Zero, red, white, and blue.
Roger. You getting snow out there, I hear?
No, not if it's 84 degrees. It's not going to be snow in my part of the country. That'll be Cameron up in Michigan. We're going to leave it up that direction. We don't want any snow down here.
Yeah, degrees tomorrow, shocker, eh? But, yeah, very good here. Both of you on the band. Barry, good to hear you on. How long have you been licensed, if you don't mind me asking?
I got technician in February and general in March, and I just got my antenna up on Saturday.
What are you using for an antenna?
I don't know if I should be. It's an NPET, probably the highest point from the side of my house into a temporary pole about 25 feet high.
Okay, well, very good. Well, it's doing fantastic up in Michigan. I'm only on I'm on a center-fed 40-meter antenna dipole. Like I said, I'm just running barefoot here on the 7300. Actually, I'm talking to you off the end of it. But the end of it's pointed right at you, so. Well, hey, very good, Randy. Thanks for letting Barry come in there. And, Barry, thanks for coming in and saying hello. I'll let Randy get back to making the contact. And, hey, enjoy ham radio. I've been in it since I was 12 years old. I'm now currently 22 years old, and I've loved every minute of it. There's something new to learn each day, as Randy probably will attest. There's something new to learn each day, and it's never ending. It's a very fun hobby. Don't let the few jerks spoil it for everyone, because it's fun. You'll get a couple of them every once in a while, but it's a fantastic hobby, whether it's FT8 or voice or whatever you want to do. It's a very fun hobby. So have fun, and congratulations, and welcome to the hobby. Thank you. Quebec, or Oscar Paul Kilo, 7-3 from November 9th, Kilo Oscar Papa. Go ahead there, Randy.
Yeah, no problem, Cameron. Yeah, that's how it all starts. Like I said, an hour from now, everybody's signals will be up and will be real bright. Did want to say hi to Brad out in PA. He's out there, and my friend Todd. Oh gosh, I don't know where to start with Todd, but so there's a few here on the chat. Cameron, I see you chimed in there as well. So thank you for pulling up the call for me. But yeah, well, like I said, we started 7.5 minutes ago. And look how it's starting already. So we were trying to get back here on Friday for 40-meter Fridays, and we had such bad weather and static crashes and lightning in the area. We just shut it down, so we weren't able to get out here on Friday. So we're going to try to make it up tonight and see where it goes from there. So nice to hear you again, Cameron, as always. And thank you for giving us a little heads up there on the chat line as well. So enjoy the rest of your evening, my friend, and we'll, I'm sure we're going to work again, no doubt. I do appreciate the first one. That's the best way to start it off. Be safe and be well, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your week. If you hear us again, you know the drill. Just give me a shout, and we'll just pick it up where we left off. November 9, Kilowatt Oscar Papa, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Cameron, and the relay as well.
7-3.
Okay, K0RWB, reigning Kansas City, QRZ. Any other stations come with your call, please?
Whiskey 3, Bravo Alpha Sierra.
Whiskey 3, Bravo Alpha Sierra. And we were just talking about you, Brad. What's going on?
Not too much, Randy. Nice seeing you up on YouTube tonight, and yeah, very cool. I saw that you came back to me and on the YouTube channel in the chat. Hopefully, some more people will join in here and enjoy this great event. It's always cool to hear yourself on the internet, over the web. Hearing what you sound like over the radio, W3BAS.
Well, Brad, guys told me long time ago said I had a face for radio. Really not sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a little extra. There's no doubt about it. You can look at the signal strength and look at the your voice pattern on the oscilloscope and what have you. You know the drill. You've been here before, and that's another quick way. A few people realize another quick way to beat that pileup. Because I look over on my screen to my right quite often, and that's when I saw you up there. And I was going to get around to it, and no doubt. But you beat me to it. But that's great. Hey, great signal by the way as well. Nice to hear in here this evening. That's been a couple of weeks. I think it was around the first of the month or so we had a chance to talk last time around. So I guess we were about due again there, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, Randy. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I may be off the air here for a little bit. Here coming up in the next couple weeks, I'm preparing for a move. I just purchased a house, so that's good news for me. But a lot of work to get the ham radio station set back up. But yeah, very good. Nice chatting with you, and have fun out there getting some more contacts, and I'll be listening. W3BAS.
Well, that's great. Congratulations, Brad, on the house. And yeah, you know, got to get those things priority. That shackle will put itself together at some point, and you know, we'll always be out here waiting anyway. So not like you're going to miss a whole lot there per se, but we'll definitely be listening and watching and for you. And I'm sure we'll get you back here on the air real soon. But thank you for giving us a call this evening, and look forward to again. I know we'll have many more QSOs to come for sure. So thank you for Pennsylvania tonight. So I'm glad to see the band is long, and we'll see how much longer to go. But I think as time goes on, it'll probably get a little better here. At least it has in the last week or so. Brad, thank you again. Thanks for giving us a heads up on the chat as well. We do appreciate it. Whiskey 3, Bravo Alpha Sierra, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, Brad. 7-3s. Okay, K0RWB, QRZ, the answer stations.
Romeo Whiskey Bravo, Whiskey 3, Bravo Alpha Sierra, 73. Nice talking to you, Randy.
Okay, Brad, take care. K0RWB, QRZ, any other stations? Come with your call.
Whiskey 8, Kilo Echo Whiskey.
Whiskey Alpha 4, Mike Charlie Echo, Whiskey.
Okay, I got a Whiskey 8.
QSL.
A Whiskey Alpha 4, standby 1 mic here. Whiskey 8 station again.
Whiskey 8, Kilo Echo Whiskey.
Whiskey 8, Kilo Echo Whiskey. Sean, good evening. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, pretty good. I think we talked on here, might have been almost a month ago now. I may have had a different call sign at the time. Over.
Okay. I don't have you in my log under that call. So, I mean, I'd like to think I'm keeping them up to date, but you're trying to sneak one by me. That's what it sounds like. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I am. I was KE8EVT a few weeks ago. Sean out in Ohio, near Akron, over.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I don't get into Ohio too often, so I kind of remember some of the areas, especially Akron. Don't get up there. A couple in Cleveland. I got up there a couple of times in Columbus, but not into Akron. So, well, thanks for coming back to the call this evening. And you know the drill. We're live here on YouTube, and we weren't out here on Friday. The weather was too bad, but a lot of lightning in the air and stuff. We were really looking forward to 40-meter Friday. There, Roger.
Yeah, that's great. Did you say 20-meter Fridays? I'm not familiar with that. And yeah, I was just going to bring up also, if you remember right, I also have the FT DX10 as well, and just going to say what a great radio. So loving it. Over.
Yeah, it is a terrific radio. Well, what we had been doing since we started the live stream, Sean, in weeks past, we were on 20 meters in the afternoon, and then on Fridays we just called it 40-meter Fridays. We worked 40 meters. Friday afternoon, Friday evening, and 20 has not been in very good shape, at least in my QTH. So the last 2 weeks we've been here on 40 and just had a terrific time. Lots of really good signals and good audio stations, and some terrific stories and really great information that everybody's been able to share. So we're kind of making this a little bit more of a habit now. We really are enjoying 40 meters, but like I said, we were trying to get out here last Friday, but the weather just wasn't working out for us, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, hopefully it'll work out here next time. Yeah, I don't have too many interesting things to say. I'm sitting here getting ready to work a little bit, but also going to mess with an Arduino board, a little programmable board that a friend and I are working on a project together, and I've used it before. I just need to look up how to use solenoids and stuff like that. I'm not real familiar, but looking forward to it. Over.
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad for you. Hey, tell me real quick, are you on the stock mic, or do you have a different mic for the 10?
I I'm on the stock mic, and I've actually been looking at some mics. What are you using over there? Over.
I'm using a Heil PR781 currently, and I don't run any mic EQ with this. The biggest thing you'll know about that radio, and this came from Bob Heil. We had a presentation with him, gosh, 3 weeks ago, and that was one of the things that came up. The AMC is really important, as well as the processing and mic gain. Those three are probably even more important than any of the EQ settings, and that came from him. So it's a combination of things. If you want, I'm good in QRZ. Send me an email, and if you'd like, I'll send you the settings that I'm using, and you can use those as a starting point and work off of those if you'd like. There, go ahead.
I will definitely do that. I'll look you up on there and shoot you an email, and yeah, be interested to at least not start from zero here. Over. Thank you, by the way.
Yeah, you know, and all I'm doing is just paying it forward. I had, after I got the radio, you know, I was trying to set it up, and I have a friend of mine in Knoxville, Tennessee, that runs a 101 MP, and they're almost identical. So he sent me his settings, and I made one small little change on the mid-level, but otherwise these are the same settings out of his 101. And I've passed it on several different times, and I have no problems doing that because someone helped me. It's my turn to help someone else. So it's a good starting point for you, Sean. You know, our voices are maybe a little different, but it'll give you a starting point to work off of. And now, again, I'd be happy to send those to you. And, you know, you can, I've heard stock mics work really, really well. You know, if you want to change a different microphone, you could try that. But and maybe start with the settings and then kind of go from there, okay?
Yeah, sure, will do. And yeah, I'll end up passing it on too, especially as you know, this the 10 model becomes more and more popular. I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more of them. Over.
Yeah, you know, I've heard quite a few here lately. I think the FTDX10 is really starting to get some foothold. You know, relatively new radio and so forth, and you know, it's hard to talk to a station that's not operating the 7300, and that's no slight at all. It's a terrific radio. I own one as well, but we're starting to see just a few more of these of the FTDX10s come around, and I think that's great. You know, the newer equipment, you know, it gets more people interested. We got some new hams, first timers, and some people who've upgraded, and I think it's great for everybody. It works out great for the ham community and manufacturers as well. So I'm not giving mine back. I love this radio. It works flawlessly, and I love putting the screen up on the YouTube as well. There, Roger.
Yeah, and I don't blame you. Yeah, I'm definitely hanging on to this one. Gonna move the FT857 I used to run into the car, I think. And I don't know, never seemed to be short of things to do with this hobby. Over.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, I've been playing antenna the last day or two, making a couple of antennas to get ready for some portable ops that I'm going to be doing and live streaming. So we've got our work cut out. So we're wanting to make sure that we've got antennas that'll work as best as possible while we're out portable, and we're going to be strictly battery, of course, no cheating. And so we want to make sure the antennas are dialed in the best as possible. So that's what we've been working on the last couple of days, and I think we're going to be okay on 20 and 40, and we'll see where it goes from there. But that's in the works in the next couple of weeks, sir. Roger?
Oh, cool. Well, I'm at the computer a lot, and if I happen to see you guys pop up on YouTube, I'll certainly tune in and try to work here. Are you going to be there in Missouri doing it locally?
Well, we may be heading down by the Arkansas border. We're looking at going to one of the national parks, and we're in conversations with the park rangers to make sure everything is in line. And we're going to be doing some intro short videos to kind of announce that as well. So that's kind of in the works. There's a lot of logistics that are involved in it. So we're hoping we can get that put together. But we'll try to get information out as soon as we're able to get it put together there, Roger.
All righty, sounds good. Well, I'll let you go here. I'm going to get back to pretending like I'm working here. Over.
Yeah, you do that. Well, I'm going to get the call in here correct now. We'll have another one here in the log. But John, like I said, send me an email and I'll send them out to you. Not a problem. Be happy to do it. And enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you for giving us a call there, and I'm sure we'll have a chance to work again real soon. I look forward to putting in those new settings and like to see what it sounds like. So you can go back and listen tonight, of course, and then you can see what it's like once you put the changes in there. So anyway, 7-3s, enjoy your evening. Be safe and be well, Sean, and we'll talk to you real soon. Whiskey 8, kilowatt, Echo Whiskey, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Sean.
You too, Randy. K0RWB.
Well, it's close. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Red, white, and blue. How's that?
That's fine. My radio's cutting off here. WAKEW 73.
Hey, no problem at all. I'm glad to do it. And we'll go ahead and clear. There was a Whiskey Alpha 4 station. If you're still in there, come back with your complete call, please.
Yeah, this is Whiskey Alpha 4, Mike Charlie Echo. That's MCE. We're located in Tallahassee, Florida. The handle here is Chuck. Charlie Hotel, Uncle Charlie King. And I just wanted to get a report. Over.
Okay, Chuck. Well, I'm sorry about that, but he just beat you under the wire. He just nipped you at the wire. But thank you for hanging on there. Again, I'm not a 5.9 QRZ guy, and we don't do 20-minute QSOs. We try to work something in between. We try to be respectful of everybody's time, so I appreciate you hanging in there for your patience. And, yeah, I've got a good signal on you. The handle here is Randy, the QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. We're also streaming live here on YouTube, so you'll have a chance later on, if you like, to listen to our QSO there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, I'll check that out. And thanks again. And I'll say 73.
Yeah, your audio is just fine. And again, I don't run any preamp or anything, and your signal's between 5.7 and 5.8 thereabouts. So it's always good in my book there, Roger.
Thank you for that, Randy, and I will check out the YouTube. Again, 73, and thank you.
You bet. Take care. Whiskey Alpha 4, Mike Charlie Echo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7-3s. QRZ, any stations anywhere? Was there a Whiskey Bravo again? I couldn't quite catch it. Was there a Whiskey Bravo? But the way down in the noise. Let's try it again. QRZ. Well, I get some crashes here all of a sudden. I got a whiskey, and then I'd lost it from that point forward. I think it was Whiskey 4 Zulu, Quebec. Is that Terry again?
Roger.
Oh, man, Terry, sorry about that. I mean, it's twice. I'm getting ready to listen, and I hear this little noise go blank across my screen. I know it's a crash or what, but got you that time. Well, good evening. How are things going for you?
We're doing good. We're in Tennessee this time. When we talked last, I was in Virginia.
Yeah, that's right. You were on the move, and you said you were check in again when you got to your next locale, so I'm glad you did. I'll go back and look at the meter next time around, but don't have any problem hearing you now there. Go ahead.
Okay, Randy. I took your advice and left the transmission bandwidth narrow to try to get as much audio to you as possible.
Well, it's about 5 and 5, Terry. But yeah, it probably doesn't hurt to keep it narrowed a little bit. It gets you a little bit more. A little more power coming out, especially into my receive. Again, it's not the best antenna setup, but it's doing a fairly decent job. And we couldn't get up to today with 35-mile-an-hour winds, so we'll have to use it the way it is. But so, how long have you been there, and how long are you staying for?
This is just our second day, and we will be leaving Wednesday.
Okay, so you've been there for 2 days, and you're leaving on Wednesday. And then I take it you're moving on from there. Is that a Roger?
Yeah, we're moving home from there. I'll be at home QTH in Kentucky.
Okay, well, that'll be good. Well, I hope you get the radio fired up, and we'll just kind of keep working while you keep moving there. So I guess I'd have to call you a portable mobile or something like that there. Go ahead.
Kilo 4, Foxtrot, Kilo, Hotel.
Yeah, stand by, Kilo 4.
And we're running
Wow, you're being too kind with the signal report. I don't know. I may have to talk to Yesu on my rig because I don't get the signal reports, but I get the good audio, and I guess that's okay. Really, I don't put a lot of stock in the meter reading as long as I can hear you. And but that's nice for you to give me the report. Again, it's been bouncing back and forth, but the audio has got enough that it's coming right on through. We got a little bit of noise on the band here, and we did turn on the DNR to get rid of some of that noise, so it's helping us somewhat. But that's okay. It's a contact in my book, and it's a new. I'm gonna have to start putting down the states now because you're moving around so much. Hey Terry, thanks for giving us a call. And I'm glad you got a chance to get in this evening and have a safe trip when you take off again on Wednesday. And you know the drill. You hear us out there, give us a shout, and we'll see you right at that point there. Go ahead. Okay, Terry, thanks again. And be safe and be well. Whiskey 4, Zulu, Quebec. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7-3s. Now, we did have another station come in there a while ago, the Kilo 4 station. Give me your complete call, please.
Yeah, KSRWB, and also send the things to Mike Kilo Echo, and located 30 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia. Back to you.
Well, I got the Atlanta, Georgia, but I didn't get the call. About half sentence there, and the band dived down to right up my noise level, and then you came up for Atlanta. So try me the call again if you would, please.
Kilo 4, Foxtrot, Kilo Hotel. We're located 30 miles north of Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, I got you that time. Kilo 4, Foxtrot, Kilo Hotel, 30 miles north of Marietta, back in my old stomping grounds. I was a little bit south. I was down by Valdosta, so that would probably wouldn't really count as being in northern Georgia there, would it?
We're located 30 miles north of Atlanta, and we're about 15 miles north from Marietta.
Oh, okay, so you're about 15 north of Marietta and 30 north of Atlanta. Okay, I see that. So that would kind of put you off around the highway or Interstate 75 area, Roger?
Yes, sir, that is correct.
I wish the signals were a little stronger on both ends. Again, I've got a little bit of noise here, and it's probably a little bit early yet for 40 to really start taking off. But I have a feeling an hour from now or what have you, probably even better. But I'd have to say you're 5 and 3, 5 and 4, sometimes 5 and 5. If the noise will leave us alone, I've got a good copy on you. But every once in a while, it kind of gets in the way there, Roger.
Yeah, kids, I can understand that. We got you 5 now.
Well, I don't see a contact in the log, so I appreciate you giving us a call here and get a chance to work the first one here on 40. And like I said, I wish our conditions were a little better between us. I don't get into Georgia very often, and you're the first contact tonight. So thank you very much for that. And we try to be out here on a weekly basis. And here lately, it's been 40 meters. We're also live on YouTube. So if you're interested in listening to our QSO on the playback, you can go to YouTube or my QRZ page, click on the link or type in my call sign in YouTube and look for the video with today's date. About 27 minutes in, we get you pretty close. But thank you for giving us a call, and be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll hopefully have a chance to work you again. And thank you for standing by there while I had the other station in there. So we do appreciate that. Kilo 4, Foxtrot, Kilo Hotel, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
Yeah, I didn't get your call. I know you said Kilowatt 0. Come back with one more time, man.
Yeah, you bet. The call is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, red, white, and blue.
Okay, Kilo, wow, we were all right there. appreciate the comeback there. And the Predators all mine. And just know how the bad conditions are. And we get to speak with you once again. This is Kilo 4 Foxtrot. Kilo West California. And be safe out there.
Okay. Hey, thanks again for giving us a call, and same to you. It's Monday, unfortunately, so have a great week. If you hear us again, by all means, give us a call, and hopefully we'll have better conditions, have a little bit better QSO. Take care in 7-3s. K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City, QRZ, and any other stations, come with your call, please.
Kilo Golf 4 Yankee.
Was there a Kilo Golf 4 station?
Roger. Kilo Golf 4 Yankee Uniform Sierra, Winston in Elizabeth City, North Carolina.
Okay. Well, I wasn't quite sure. There was a little bit bigger pileup than I anticipated, so when I was just trying to make a guess there, but I guess I guessed right. So Kilo Golf 4, Yankee Uniform Sierra. I do appreciate you coming back to call. Again, here the name is Randy, the QTH, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, and welcome to YouTube Live. Go ahead.
Yeah, Randy, I've watched the videos a few times here now, and I just heard you mention that you used to be down around Valdosta, Georgia. I lived in Valdosta for about 5 years and just moved up here to North Carolina about a year ago. Valdosta's a pretty decent little area there right outside Moody Air Force Base. But I'm also running the FPDX10 with the same mic you've got there, and I did shoot you an email. If you don't mind, you can share those settings with me, and I'll reference them against what I've got set up. So far, what do you think about that setup? Randy, go ahead.
I tell you, I really do like it. My friend in Knoxville was running the 101 with a PR40, and so that's why I wanted to make just one little small adjustment on mids, but not enough that that would be a noticeable difference. And I don't run with mic EQ, so this is the regular settings without the mic EQ. It does not sound anything in my headphones like it does on YouTube. So it may surprise you what you hear right now versus what it might be on the playback, and then with the settings. I think it sounds good. Again, if the band would hold steady, it's wavering a little bit. So 1 second you're a little muffled, and the next second it's really nice and bright. So again, you're a little bit farther along than maybe some of the others are. I'd be happy to send these to you, and you can, like you said, reference those or make a second set of settings and see what works best for you. I mean, it was a game changer for me. My friend Terrence, I mean, he's just been a terrific guy, and we talked on the air and on the phone, and he asked me to get these set up, and I think all in all, it works out real well. Go ahead.
Yeah, Randy, I'd appreciate it, man. And I'll let you see if you can pick somebody else up. I appreciate you picking me up, and maybe we'll catch you again next time you're on. And I'll catch this video, see what it sounds like coming off of YouTube there. Thank you, Randy. Enjoyed it, man. Talk to you again soon. Kilo Golf 4 Yankee Uniform Sierra. 7-3.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, you fast forward to about 32 minutes in, would probably get you pretty close to where you and I started. So, yeah, by all means, I'll get them out to you later on when we finish here. We do have our emails up, but a little tough doing those and watching the other three screens and in the chat. So we'll get you before the night's out, no doubt, and we'd be happy to do that. Not a problem. Thank you again, and yeah, be safe and be well, and I hope to hear you again real soon. Kilo Golf 4, Yankee Uniform Sierra, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3. Okay, we'll be clear. K0RWB, QRZ, any other stations, come with your call, please.
Whiskey 4 United Delta X-ray.
Was a Whiskey something 4, a Whiskey 4 station?
Yeah, Whiskey 4 Uniform Delta X-ray.
We got Bud here, Baker United Delta here in South Carolina.
Okay, stay on. Bud's calling. We're going to get you back.
Enjoyed your show there on YouTube, over.
Okay, hey, Bud, if you would, give me 1 second. I had somebody else nip you right at the nose there. So let me work this, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, the other Whiskey 4 station, come back it again.
That's okay. Go ahead and work him. I think you've talked to him before, so I can wait.
Okay, Bud, you're on, brother. Let's hear it.
Yeah, man. Well, I didn't know there was another 4 station out there. Excuse me on that. Sorry about that. But yeah, man, just checking out. I've done a few things there after listening to the watch your video there, and I'm just trying to see how this mic's sounding now. Over.
Well, I do like it, and just to make sure I get it in the log properly, give me the call if you again would on the next go-around, and then we'll talk about audio.
Yeah, Roger. Whiskey 4, Echo Tango Victor in South Carolina. This is Bud Baker, United Delta in Spartanburg County. Over.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. We talked just the other night, I believe. Yeah, the 23rd, just a couple, 3-4 days ago. Yeah. Oh, I noticed a big difference there. Are you able to listen to it yourself there? What do you think the changes are like?
Yeah, I've done some subtle kind of changes to it and trying to set the ACL and ALC and making sure I didn't clip, but just kind of I'm working this amp here to take you high power. I'm got a little bit of power going on and just making sure it wasn't clipping or had any kind of distortion over.
No, I hear. This is what I hear in my headphones. I hear full fidelity. I hear lows. I hear the mid-range. I hear some highs. You know, the band is kind of moving, but when it's relatively steady, I hear everything. It's not clipping. It's crystal clear in my receive, and I think you've come a long way in a short period of time. I think it sounds terrific.
Yeah, man. Well, that's great, man. I appreciate that, and I just want to say thank you for your show. You're not too bad looking there. Looking at your face, you was kidding about it. But anyway, man, I'll let you get back to some other people there, and I just wanted to thank you, and I'll check out this, see how it sounds on YouTube, and hear in a little bit. Over. Yeah,
it sounds good. Yeah, give a look and listen. About 35 minutes in, probably fast forward to about that part. Be pretty close where you and I started. And, that's terrific. Like, again, on this, I'm not doing anything different that people didn't do for me. And, and I think somebody took the time to help me out, and I really appreciate it. And I think others do as well. And that's what we do in the ham community. We take information where we give it out. And if it works, hey, great. And we just like to pay it forward. And that's all we're doing here as well. So I'm glad it's working for you. Whatever little bit I had involved in it, fine. More of it's on your side, I have no doubt. But yeah, give a look and a listen. But I think you're going to really like it because it's a big change from the other night. So you're definitely on your way. It's a great rag 2 sound. The audio is really nice, but there's just enough of I call it being bright or a little punch to it that if you need to work some noise, you could probably get over that as well. But anyway, give a look and listen. You be the judge. But thank you so much for giving us a call again. I look for another contact, no doubt. I have a feeling we'll have many more QSOs to come. Thank you, Bud. Be safe and be well, my friend, and have a great week ahead. Whiskey 4, Echo Tango Victor, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7 3s.
Yeah, Roger there, Randy. Thank you for the QSO and 73. Take care.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, we'll clear with Bud. And how about the other Whiskey 4 station? Could I have your call, please?
Yeah, okay, very good, Randy. This is Whiskey 4 Uniform Delta X-Ray. I'm Mark, and I'm in Kentucky, and I hope you have a decent signal on me. Over.
I do. Don't take it bad, but 5 and 5, 5 and 6. But I don't run any preamp, and the antennas, it's grabbing signals. I hear them, I work them. So to me, it sounds great.
Okay, very good. I'm glad you can copy me at that level. I'm not running a big amount of power or anything. I'm just running about 500 watts from a really old Dentron amplifier into a 40-meter Delta loop that's up about 37 feet. And that's pretty much it from the Bluegrass stage here. How is my audio on this CHD, Rover?
I love it. And that time, you're 5 and 7 to 5 and 9 to +5. So the band is playing around with us. No, the audio is very clear. Again, I don't know a lot of the audio terms. I just put it in terms that make sense to me. It doesn't sound like it's distant. It sounds like it's right in front of me. It's very clear, very audible. It's not piercing, so it doesn't cringe when you hear it. It has a very nice tone to it. So I think it sounds really good.
Okay, I was just as a joke, I was gonna ask you if you could help me with my equalizer settings, but I'm using an old Yaesu. I am using a Yaesu, but it's from the 1980s. It's a Yaesu FT980 with an MD100 desk mic, and there is no equalizer settings. There's really nothing I can do other than adjust the mic gain and maybe turn the processor on or off. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty much bare bones here. I'm kind of an old school ham. I've been around since I guess I got licensed in 1980, and I just kind of like the old stuff. So I run all the old stuff that everybody else wants to chuck in the dumpster over.
Oh, you know what? You're not the only one. I've had several other operators I talked with that have found radios at the landfill or in dumpsters and have revised them, and they've been repurposed again in the shack. Excuse me, and they work out well. The thing I try to tell everybody is the radios have no idea how old they are. You turn them on and they're designed to transmit and receive. Again, a lot of times simplicity is a great thing. I'm having to deal with 3 internal EQs, processing, compression, automatic mic control, and so forth, and it doesn't take much to get things out of whack. So, again, you let the microphone get to know the radio, and you got a few adjustments, and you're probably going to be golden. That's one thing I do like about the 7300 over this radio. The audio for a 7300 is very simple and easy to set up, not much different than what you're doing there. And it doesn't sound bad. I mean, you run a little bit too much compression and it will start to drive it a little bit and it gets kind of harsh, and I'm sure you've dealt with that before. But this, what you've got set up right now is just crystal clear. It's a good rag-to sound to it, and you could just go on and on. So, again, simplicity is a great thing there. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, very good, Randy. Well, I'll tell you what, your setup sounds good. I know you said you had a Yaesu. I think you said a DX10, but I'm not sure. But I don't know the rest of your rundown there as far as what you're using. Yeah, I'm using the Denfon GLA 1000 Bravo amp, which is, I just restored it, refurbished it completely, and it looks like a new one now. And it does about between 500 and 550 watts out. And I'm using I actually have 2 of these Yaesu FT980s, and I got them off of eBay. I think I got both of them off eBay. And the one I use an MD1 desk mic, and the other one I use an MD100. And they're just great old radios. I mean, these were like flagship radios back in the day, back in the 1980s. They cost a ton of money back in them days. But like you said, sometimes simplicity works really well. But they're behemoths. I mean, they're big, heavy radios. And very limited as to what they can do compared to the modern stuff. Okay, Randy, I know you got a lot of people that want to work you because you're on YouTube, so I won't hold it. I appreciate you coming back to me and giving me a chance to jabber for a little bit. And I hope you have a fine evening. And I didn't get your QTH or anything like that. Like I said, I'm in Georgetown, Kentucky here. Anyway, you have a good evening, and talk to you down the log. This is W4UDX 73.
Okay, that's great, Mark. The QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and the handler here is Randy. If I told you the town, you'd say what and probably shake your head. That's how big it is. If you've heard of the movie in Bates Motel, this is Bates City. We're right off of the interstate I-70 corridor, so it's just easier to say 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. Hey, but again, don't take what I say about your audio. Go to YouTube, go to my channel there, off my call sign, and listen to our QSO, Mark on the playback, probably about 41 minutes in or so, and give a listen for yourself and see what you think. I think it sounds terrific, but nobody knows your voice better than you do, so we'll let you be the judge there. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll get on YouTube and check it out. Do you have just look up your call sign or what?
Yeah, one of 2 ways. You can go to my K0RWB page. I have a link. You can click on the link at the top of the page, or you can go to YouTube, go to the search bar, and just type in my call sign, Kilowatt 0, K0RWB, and that'll take you to the listings, and you want to look for the one with today's date. Of course, it'll say live on it as well. and you can just fast forward to about 41 minutes in, 40, 41, somewhere around there, and that should give you a pretty good idea where we started, and listen to it for yourself.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to give you a signal for it, by the way. You're bouncing right up there between 5 and 10 over S9 on this old 980, and I'm using a Drake MS4 speaker on this radio. I've got on the other 980, I've got the actual SP980 speaker, but on this one, I'm using an old Drake MS4, and I tell you what, it sounds like $1 million. You got really good audio. Oh, thank you for the contact. You're quite gracious, and I'll check out the video and see what it shows as far as my signal and everything. Have a good one. This is W4UDX.
Well, the pleasure's all mine, Mark, and again, I didn't see a contact, so thank you very much for the first one. We try to make this a nightly thing as long as the conditions, weather conditions are okay. We didn't make it back on last Friday. We had too much static crashing and so forth, but we try to make this a during the week kind of thing. 40 has been really active the last couple of 3 weeks, and we've had a wonderful time. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call, and we'll just kind of see where things are at that time. But yeah, in the meantime, give a look, give a listen on the channel there. And if you're interested in knowing when we're back out again, there's a little notification bell. You can click on that. So whenever I go live again, you'll get a little notification, and just kind of find out where we're at. We don't have a particular frequency. We find an open spot that doesn't get in the way of anybody else, and hope we don't bother any other stations out there, and that's how it works. Mark, thank you again. Be safe and be well. Look forward to working you again for sure. Really did enjoy it as well. Whiskey 4, Uniform Delta Kilowatt, or X-ray, excuse me. K0RWB. Thanks again, 7-3s. Okay, K0RWB, QRZ. Any other stations? Come with your call, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Juliet Lima Echo.
Kilo Foxtrot 5, Juliet Lima Echo. Good evening, John. How are you doing?
Good evening, Randy. Doing well. I was just stumbling or checking stations on the air and came across you on this frequency, and have been listening for a little bit, and wanted to check out your YouTube station. You're coming in about a 5859 here in Austin, Texas. Over.
Okay, well, great. Thank you for Austin. First contact in the Texas tonight. Yeah, I don't see a lot of activity on the band yet. Of course, that could change. We're a little early than we usually. We started just about almost an hour ago, but we wanted to see if we could get the old days in the movies wanted to get our seat. We wanted to find a frequency before it got too crowded, like it has been the last couple of weeks. So we got here a little bit, but it might be a little early yet, for the band to be in really good shape. It's doing okay. You're 5 and 5, 5 and 7. The band's kind of moving around up and down a little bit. No problems copying at all. And I didn't see a contact in my log as well. So thank you again for the first one there. Go ahead.
Thank you, Randy. Got my ticket about 10 years ago and really didn't do a whole lot with it, unfortunately. Had a borrowed rig from one of my friends. Back in January of this year, decided I wanted to start learning and making some contacts. And so I got a Com 7300. And just recently took down a D5RP Lite that wasn't doing too well for me, and I put up a Alpha Delta DXCC inside my attic, one-story house, about 17 feet at the highest point.
I think that's great. Well, good for you, and welcome back to the hobby. You said you have been away for 10 years or what have you with borrowed equipment. Well, congrats. That's a great thing. It's not an uncommon story, but it's still a great thing. That's really good, and I have a feeling you're having a good time with it. I know we are as well, and that's the whole idea, is to make contacts, have good QSOs, and just have fun. That's what it's all about, is to have fun while you're doing it. And there's so many different aspects of amateur radio that a person could enjoy, that it's almost endless. And we have that same kind of a common thing where, you want to know how it works, or you want to make it work, and you want to make the contacts, and that's kind of what we do here. And we have a great time doing it. Like I said, I haven't gotten into Austin. I get to Houston from time to time, and a little bit places north, but not really into Austin. But again, contacts are contacts. So I really appreciate you giving us a call this night there, Roger.
Well, thank you very much, Randy. I appreciate it too. Thank you for talking with me. And yeah, Austin's a beautiful city. Great place. If you get a chance to come here, there's lots to see. There's Formula 1 racing, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, we've been through there in years past, going through to San Antonio and kind of worked our way up that direction and over toward Marble Falls, and then we've been up to Killeen many times, and actually spent some time over at College Station. So nice part of the country. I have a feeling it's probably getting a little warm this time of year. We hit 84 today. That's the warmest so far for the year, and we went from sweatshirts to T-shirts and shorts overnight, and we're going to have that the rest of the week. So I'm not going to complain. We're going to take it because it could change in a heartbeat, but let's hope it doesn't that time for sure. Hey, John, thanks for giving us a call, my friend. And, yeah, give a look or listen on the live stream if you're interested. You can go to YouTube and just put in my call sign. And probably, I'd say maybe about 50 minutes in, thereabouts, if you want to listen to the QSO and see how you sound on the air. It's kind of a neat deal. We sure enjoy it. Be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your week, and hope to talk with you again. Kilo Foxtrot 5, Juliet Lima Sierra, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, John. 7 trees.
Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar Oscar. This is Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar Oscar. November 3,
Okay, thanks again. Okay, I've got another one in here. I think John and I have worked before. Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar Oscar. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Randy. Doing great. Actually, I meant to tell you, I go by Max, M-A-X, although my first name is John. I had 3 older brothers voted to call me Max. So, but I'm doing good here in Western North Carolina. You're coming in loud and clear, 5.9 again, plus 20.
Well, that's I'll have to say that's the best signal I've had tonight, and I'm not trying to slight anybody else out there, but it is just you at 5.9 plus 10 probably. So maybe that means the band is starting to come around.
Yeah, roger that. Well, that's excellent. You're definitely a 5.9 plus 20 on this Yazoo FT991A. So yeah, I sent you a QSL card also, so you should be getting that in the mail pretty soon.
Well, I appreciate that. I had to do a reorder a couple of weeks ago. I have a company out of California, and I'm hoping there any day. It's what I'm hoping for. But again, you're kind of, I guess, at the beck and call of the mail service or what have you. We didn't do anything really special that would require a lot of extra ink and paper and that kind of stuff. But we'll wait and see what happens. But I appreciate that, sending us a card. And yeah, it's really nice to have a good solid signal. I think this thing, I don't know. I think maybe it's transmitting better than the receive, but I don't run any preamp or that kind of stuff. So I don't put a big stock in the number as long as I hear it pretty well. And everybody seems to do quite well. And real quick, give me your opinions on the 991A. I've had some other people ask me about it as well, but I'm really curious what you think of the radio.
Well, this is my first HF radio. Like I said, I've had my general class since November of 2020, so I didn't get this set up. I actually got this set up in February, so I told you a month, but it's been a little longer than that. Time flies, but I thoroughly enjoy it mainly because it's it's all modes. It's HF, VHF, UHF. I've got it programmed for all the local repeaters. Simplex that I use a lot, and it's just really user friendly, and the menu's easy to use on it, and it's just for me anyway, it's been a really easy to learn radio.
Well, I think that's great, and I've talked to a few that like to use it in mobile and also portable. Something a little bit smaller footprint that doesn't weigh a whole lot. Would work out real well. That's a downside with this FTDX10. It's a little bit bigger radio, and it's a lot heavier. and for me personally, would not be a good candidate for portable work or mobile. We've got the 7300 that we bought to do those jobs. May not have the same as many features as this radio, but it's just a little easier to carry around and you know, to kind of throw in the box when you need to set up portable. But I know a lot of folks that are running the 991As, and you know, it's nice to see a good radio that's all mode as well. I had an 857 Delta Yaesu, which was all mode, but it didn't have the best receive. You know, it would get overloaded quite easily. And I've not heard that about the 991A. So again, I think Yaesu had a home run there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger that. No more than I know about it. I'm still learning on a daily basis. But yeah, I have two other friends that also have this FT991A. Well, my friend Daniel, his call sign is W3WDD, but he lives not too far from me. He thoroughly enjoys this also, the FT991A, so he kind of recommended it to me.
Well, you know, and that goes a long ways. I mean, I think all of us are certainly doing our homework, you know, even if it's radios or antennas or amplifiers. And, you know, I take a lot of stock in other operators that are either operating the equipment or have in the past. And you really get, you know, the no-nonsense, you know, in-your-face opinion sometimes, whether you like it or not. And I think that can go a long ways. And, again, I've really not heard – I didn't hear a lot of great things on the 991. So when they did the 991A, everything I heard was a home run. And I think that's the way it should be. We were looking at that type of a radio in January, but we ended up going with the ICOM 7300. You know, it could have gone either way. We knew we wanted this radio at some point, so we were able to get that this one a couple of weeks later. But again, you know, they're all good radios. They wouldn't make them; they still wouldn't be running. But there's something to be said about an all-mode radio that's in a small package. So yeah, you've got yourself a home run as well. And, yeah, a terrific signal. So I'm really hoping the band is going to be really good tonight.
Yeah, copy that. I'm hoping also myself. Haven't had a lot of time to get out here on the radio. In fact, I think you were the last one I talked to. So I just blew my mind. I just turned on the radio here and just playing with the dial, and boom, there you were. I was like, oh my gosh, I guess that's meant I'm supposed to talk to him. Over.
Well, I appreciate that. It could go the other way. It could be like, oh gosh, not that guy again. It could go either way. We've been lucky. It hasn't been that response too often, but no, again, you know, we're just trying to have fun here. You know, make some contacts, have a good QSO, be respectful of everybody's time. You know, there's people that are being patient or waiting, and I've always said before, I'm not the guy when it comes to a pile up. I do the best I can, and but we still want to make sure that we give everybody some equal time and be respectful of that time. And it's, you know, so far it's worked out real well, and I think the little addition of doing the live stream is kind of a neat deal as well. And again, you know, some people are kind of interested to see what they sound like and so forth, but bottom line is just making contacts and having a good time doing it there, Roger.
Yeah, Roger that. Talking about, you know, my wife just had surgery a few weeks ago, so I was able to go back into the house because I'm out here in the ham shack and show her the YouTube video, which she thoroughly enjoyed. She really hasn't heard me talk on the radio, so that worked out really great. Also, a friend of mine, he's retired out of the Air Force also. He lives in Bicester, England. Married a girl over in England there, but anyway, if they're retired over there, well, I emailed him the link, so the very next day he also got to listen to in fact, he listened to the entire YouTube video. He just absolutely loved it, so I thought that was really cool.
Well, that's really nice. You know, I do that as well. Usually after we shut it down for the day or night, whatever, I go back and I listen to the majority of it. I try to pick things up that either I could do better or you know, some different phrases or people have, that people have some very interesting stories for one, but also have lots of good information. And I try to take notes while we're doing this, and I'll go back later and I'll look at the timestamp of when we first started, and I can go back and write down some notes and things about antennas or radios or whatever. So I'm constantly doing it as well. And again, I think it's kind of a neat deal. We're having fun with it, and I think some other people are enjoying it as well. And I think that's great. Your friend over in the UK was able to watch it. Again, the downside is we got this video camera that's facing me, but other than that, I'm sure you can probably get past it there. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's great. I think it's a fabulous tool. It's an excellent idea, and I appreciate you doing it. I really do. I think it's a lot of benefit will be to a lot of people, and, it's just really cool. A friend of mine also, he's a ham radio operator. He's in the local area here, and his name's Jerry. But anyway, he absolutely loved it. He's 82 years old. He's just amazed. He didn't know that anything like this was going on. So it's very cool.
Well, I'll tell you, we're not the first, and we won't be the last. I got introduced to it by my friend Alex, who's down in Cutler Bay, Florida, just south of Miami. Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform, and another friend of mine up in Long Island, which was on the chat a while ago. His name is Doug, KB2UKA. Doug has a channel as well. He's got a really good following and a terrific page as well. So again, if you hear one of those two guys out there, you get a chance to see their setup and stuff. It's like I said. It's a little, a little benefit or a little extra from amateur radio that you generally don't see or hear about. I don't know of anybody that's here or central U.S. There is a guy, Joe, who's down in Mississippi. K0RWB is his call, who has a really good channel as well. So again, it's just something a little different, and we're enjoying it. I think others are as well, and we get a kick out of it, so I'm thinking maybe others will as well.
Yeah, roger that. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming back to me. I know there's a lot of other people wanting to talk to you also, so it was great talking with you, and hope to talk again soon. And I'll just say 7-3 for now. This is K0RWB.
Okay, good enough, Max, and I just put a comment on the page here to make sure it's Max, not John. So the next time around, I'll make sure I get the name right. Hey, thanks again. Always a pleasure. And like I said last time, if you hear us again, give us a call, and we'll just pick it up where we left off, just like we did tonight. And that's the cool thing about this. Like I said, we're having fun. I hope others are as well. Take care. Be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your week. And by all means, come back again anytime. Kilo November 4, Zulu Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, 7-3. K0RWB, Brandon, Kansas City, QRZ. Any other stations, come with your call, please.
Whiskey 9, Tango Sierra Bravo.
Whiskey 9, Tango Sierra Bravo. Is that a Roger?
Roger that, Randy. How you doing this evening?
Okay, Chris, doing well. Nice to hear you again. For some reason, my fingers are trying to put in different call signs, but my ears were listening. So we got you in there. So how are things going on in Fort Wayne?
Things are going pretty good. We had the VHF contest this past Saturday, and then got some contacts on the Florida QSO party. I should make a correction. The last time I talked to you, this coming weekend is the Indiana QSO party. Not last weekend, but this weekend. And that'll be a lot of fun. Over.
Well, I was wondering about that, and I thought, well, maybe I just missed the time. I mean, most of them that I know of usually run the weekend, thereabouts, UTC. And I thought, well, maybe I just had missed something or what have you. I didn't have a lot of time over the weekend. I had a little bit of time yesterday for about 20 minutes or so. I kind of spin the band. I'm actually doing some antenna work, making a couple antennas to get ready for some portable ops here in the next few weeks. And we're trying them out and what have you, and either a little bit today. So I thought, well, maybe I just missed it, but I had a feeling we'd have a chance to talk again, so I'm glad to see that it's this weekend coming up.
Yeah, Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I got my contests mixed up. We had the VHF CW single sideband this past Saturday, and that actually turned out pretty good. Hopefully they can keep this contest going. But now I know the last time we talked, you said my audio sounded a little bassy, and I just wonder how the audio sounds now. Over.
It sounds a little brighter, if that helps any. It's not overdriven and it's not punchy, but I can hear a little bit more fidelity in the audio than last time. So in my receive, I think you're on the right track.
Oh, roger that. Thanks for the information. But hey, I'll give it back to you and let you get some more contacts in. Just wanted to say hey and love the videos. So 7-3s for now. W9TSB, I'll give it back to you.
Oh, great. I'm glad you did, though. Thanks for stopping in and giving us a call, as always. Again, it's not even fun if we don't make any contact. So I'm glad that you took the time to give us a call, and I do appreciate you doing that. And again, we'll look. We will be out of pocket on Saturday, but we'll be around Sunday, and we'll see if we have an opportunity to check in. I know I can make it because here we are right now, so I'm pretty sure I can make it over there. Now, we have to work through a pileup or something, but we'll see how it goes. But hey, thanks again for giving us a call, and be safe and be well. The week's just started. Hope it goes well for you, and we'll see what happens this weekend. Whiskey 9, Tango Sierra Bravo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
7-3s, Randy. Have a good one.
Okay, you bet. Thank you again. Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any of the stations anyway? Come with your call, please.
Whiskey 4, Sierra Juliet, Papa, Alpha 1, Italy, Alpha.
Okay, Mark, stand by just one there if you would. Was there a Whiskey 4 station?
This is Whiskey 4, Sierra Juliet, Papa.
Okay, I think I got it in there that time in between the noise here. Whiskey 4, Sierra Juliet, Papa. Steve, good evening. How are you doing?
Doing good this evening, Randy. I thought I would give you a hello from Poetry, Texas.
Well, I appreciate that. Second contact into Texas tonight. Let's see, if memory serves, you're probably, let me think, west of Garland, Rolette. Is that a Roger?
A little east of Garland, Rolette, just about 20 miles east of Rockwall.
Okay, all right. So I was close. I had the direction wrong. Yeah, east. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Okay, well, thank you for stopping in and giving us a call. Yeah, the name here is Randy, QTH, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and we're also streaming this evening on YouTube as well. There, go ahead.
I see that. I thought I'd give you a call this evening. We used to be a stage stop on the way into Dallas, so not a lot of folks know about Poetry. I'm kind of surprised you're very familiar with the area.
Well, we've got some friends that live in Rolette. And we spent some time back there years ago when we had the weekends off, so to speak, and we had a new car, and you didn't care about mileage, and the gas wasn't that expensive, so we did a lot of driving on the weekends.
Yeah, that's kind of been shut down for the last year or so, hasn't it?
Yeah, unfortunately, it really has. I'd like to think that things are changing. It seems, things are definitely a little bit different here, and I'm hoping that kind of takes hold around the country as well. But, yeah, at some point or another, it'll get back around, no doubt. But, yeah, like I said, we've been as far as, probably... I'm trying to think, maybe Wireland, Lone Oak, we've been up through there, Royce City, Fayette, and Floyd, been up in Greenville, up in that area. So I'm sure you're probably familiar with those areas as well, Roger.
Yeah, that's where I do all of my shopping and dining and whatever around here. You're absolutely right. Royce City, Fayette, Rockwall, those are all stomping grounds for me.
Yeah, and very nice areas. That's one thing I like about it. You're not that far, from Dallas, Fort Worth, and in no time at all, you can be out in the country and you wouldn't even think it. We've kind of got that set up here being about 35 miles from downtown area, and we're out here in the country, and boy, if you didn't know it, you wouldn't know it there, Roger.
I'm very familiar with where you're at as well. I spent about 9 or 10 years working in Columbia, Missouri, quite a few years back.
Okay, yeah, that's right halfway between Kansas City and St. Louis. Yeah, we've been through there as well. So if you've been on I-70, you've come by the QTH many times in, and we're just a mile north of the highway. And this is where we're hanging our hat currently. That's what they say. People say it's where home's where you hang your hat. Well, that's where it is right now. But tomorrow could always change. There, go ahead.
That's correct. And if you're going to make the trip from St. Louis to Kansas City, you're going to have to make a rest stop, probably in Columbia.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you definitely do. And Columbia has grown up so much over the years. You can get anything you need in Columbia, you can get anywhere else, and that's kind of a neat thing. It's a good-sized town, but it's not really overdone per se. To me, it's an easy town to get in and around. There's a lot of stuff that's growing up to the north side of the interstate and what have you. And of course, it won't be long, Columbia and Jeff City will be one town. That's kind of the sad part, but, it's what they say, progress there. Go ahead.
Yeah, it is. Well, they call it progress. I'm not sure I would agree. I prefer the rural areas myself. I was on the north side of Columbia and actually worked managing the cable system in Moberly for a couple of years there.
Oh yeah, I've been up through there as well. Yeah, we just about take you anywhere you need here. Not too much in the Boot Hill. We haven't made that many trips down that direction, but central Missouri and north up in those areas we'll probably cover pretty well. The southwest portion, the southeast not so much. Cape Girardeau and those areas. It's been quite a while, a time or two, but there is certainly a lot to offer. Just like most states, and we're trying to get back out and see the sights again since things have kind of loosened up a little bit. But you still have to make time to do it, and you got to try to play radio at the same time. There, go ahead.
Well, that's where the portable rigs come in, I guess. I heard you mention about the 7300 being portable for you, but did I hear you say that you're on a FTDX10?
Yeah, and this is what they call Studio A. We have Studio A and Studio B. Studio A is the Yaesu FTDX10. Of course, we're running a 40-meter dipole, about 38 foot off the side of the tower. The mic's a Heil PR781 that's sitting here on the boom. And we're doing about 730 watts on an ACOM 1000. So nothing overly special, but it works for us. Roger?
Well, it's doing a real good job for you. I'm on a FTDX10 myself, but I'm barefoot on a 23-foot vertical mounted about 8 feet off the ground.
Well, you see, it never fails. 100 watts in a wire, 100 watts in a vertical does just as good most of the time that I'm doing, and my electric bill's a lot higher. Go figure.
It just depends on the day. There are days when I'm just frustrated sitting here not able to contact anybody, but do a lot of listening, and I wish that I had a little more power, but it works out.
Yeah, very true. Well, we're hoping then when the weather gets a little bit more stable, we don't get these 30 mile an hour winds like we had today, that we can tilt the tower over, and we're going to move the 40-meter dipole and try to get it up around 60 feet at the apex, and see if that won't help us a little bit. I mean, it does fairly good right now. I mean, I get some really nice signal reports, and I appreciate that. But I think maybe I might be lacking on receive. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the rig or what have you. So we want to try to get it up a little bit, as the season gets a little bit more calmer weather-wise, and give it a go and see how it works. We're hoping that it'll work for the better. If not, we'll just have to go back to 20 meters. But you know what? The 40 meters has been way too fun, so we'll just stay here if we can.
Well, 40 meters the last few days, anyway, has been working out well. I've been lucky picking up some Japan contacts early in the morning here lately on 40.
Yeah, we've been here now. This is the start of the third week. We have in months and weeks past done our live stream on 20 meters about 2 o'clock Central Time for a few hours. And the band really started to change a couple, 3 weeks ago. And we took an afternoon and came to 40 meters about that same time, and the results were mixed. And then as we were getting ready to shut down 5:30 Central Time, the band really started to take off. And so this the third week now that we've been here, roughly 7 o'clock Central. We do this for a few hours, and it's just been outstanding. Lots of operators, really great information, great QSOs, wonderful stories on top of that. And I think we've changed our live stream to 40 meters in the evening because it's been a lot of fun so far. Go ahead.
You're doing real well this evening. Like I said, I'm on a 23-foot vertical, 8 feet off the ground. And you're coming in here at poetry at 10 to 20 over.
Well, that's really nice. That tells you your antenna is working quite well. I mean, you're between 5 and 5, 5 and 7. I'm not running the preamp or anything like that. And again, the antenna is not in the greatest configuration. One arm's kind of back this way, one's over in this direction. So it's not the traditional how you're going to set the dipole up, but we wanted to get on the air with it, and this is kind of what worked at the time. It seems to be transmitting quite well, and I generally can hear stations too, but the signals are a little different. Again, I don't put a lot of stock in the number as long as I hear you. You know, that's the main thing on single sideband. So the numbers are nice, but being able to hear and on both ends is what works for me there, Roger.
I completely agree with you. And the nice thing about this particular radio, the FCDX10, is it does a real good job of sorting out a signal from the noise.
Yeah, when you turn on the DNR, it will certainly filter out a lot. And having the DNR that's adjustable, digital noise reduction, I don't know who came up with that, but that was a terrific add-on. And to be able to dial it in, the sensitivity or what have you, has really been a game changer. I've been using it off and on tonight based on the signal that is coming in. And if there's a little bit of noise, I'll just touch it real quick. And then it's nothing but the operator. So it's been a really great thing in my receive. And I'm not giving it back. I'm keeping this radio. It's been a home run for me there, Roger.
Yeah, I can understand that. I've been real pleased with mine since I got it. I guess it was probably January I picked this up. I had been operating on a 991A, which I like, but it's just a little too much with dealing with menus in order to make it operate. I wanted a few more buttons on the front. And this seems to be the perfect rig for me.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job. I think. Now, who knows long term with that screen is going to start to burn out or what have you. I hope that's not the case. That's always a possibility. But I think if it does, I have an external monitor function. I could use an external monitor if it comes to that, but I'm hoping it never does. But yeah, I think it's a good radio. It's worked out real well here in the shack, and we're hoping to use it for many more years to come. Steve, thanks for giving us a call. Thank you for the contact down just on the east side of Dallas and Rockwell and what have you. I didn't see a contact in the log, so thank you for the first one. And again, if you're interested in listening to the QSO on the playback here on my channel, you can go to YouTube and type in my call, K0RWB, or go to QRZ page, go to my page and click on the link. And look at about an hour 15 in would be pretty close. You can listen to our QSO and see how you sound on the air. Thank you for giving us a call this evening. Be safe and be well. Have a great week coming up. If you hear us again, please give us a call, and we'll just pick it up right where we left off. Whiskey 4, Sierra Juliet Papa, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir. 7-3s.
Have a great evening, Randy. I enjoyed the conversation.
You bet. Thanks again. This is K0RWB, rating Kansas City, QRZ, any stations, anywhere.
Kilo Charlie 8, Papa Zulu Alpha. Tango.
Kilo Charlie 8, Papa Zulu Alpha, big signal. Good evening, Michael. How are you, sir?
We're doing great. We're 100 watts in the wire down here in the city of New Orleans.
Man, I don't know what it is, this 100 watts in a wire thing. I might have to try that one of these nights. Hey, my friend, well, thank you for the call. I'll have to say that's the first contact in New Orleans. So you've made my night. And again, I don't even get into Louisiana very often, so it's a double whammy.
Well, we got lots of water down here, so we got good ground planes for our antennas. I actually got about 6 different ones, so the push of a button, I can change my direction, my signal.
Oh, that's great. Well, you're 5'8", 5'9" in my receive here. Again, we're just 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City. Not a lot of big difference as the crow flies, 600 and some odd miles. But really nice, strong signal, good audio to go with it. It's a real pleasure to listen to.
Yeah, it's the ICOM 7300 with a hi-ho headset, and I just am tweaking out the audio, and I think I got it tweaked in. I'm getting a lot of good reports.
Yeah, it sounds really good. Now, which headset is it? Is it that new Pro 7 that you got, or which headset?
The IC, I don't know. It's not the IC for the ICOMs. I'm not sure. It's probably only like $125, but it's made for the ICOM radios.
Oh, terrific. Well, that's great. No, it sounds really good here in the receive, and that's what you're looking for, of course. It's got a full fidelity, and when you got a good signal, that helps as well. So I don't know, maybe we've got a little pipeline in New Orleans. It's just amazing. Again, 100 watts in a wire is working, and I hear that more often than not. So I wonder why my electric bill is so high.
Yeah, well, you got great audio. I heard you're on YouTube. You're filming the YouTube channel. That's all I watch is YouTube nowadays.
Yeah, I've been doing a YouTube channel now for about 3.5 months, thereabouts. We started the end of January, I think it is. And we started a couple of weeks ago here on 40 meters. The band seems to be a little better in shape than it was up on 20 during the afternoons, and there seems to be a little bit more activity. And by and large, much better signals than I've been getting on 20. Wonderful audio out of the operators, and people have terrific stories and great information that people are willing to share. So that makes it a lot of fun as well. So. It's kind of a thing, everybody's having a good time with it. The bottom line is to make contacts and have fun. And I think so far we're doing okay there, Roger.
Oh, yeah. I'm enjoying this. I've been in this hobby for well over 20 years. Was out of it for a while. Now I've been doing chasing the park. Now I'm going to be an activator probably this weekend. I finally got my portable system set up. I'm going to start doing that. So it's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah, it certainly is. We did that back in 2016 with the national parks on the air program, and had a wonderful time with that. We did a lot of activating, a little bit of chasing, but we did all of Missouri, all of Iowa, all of Kansas, about half of Arkansas, and about half of Colorado, and then ran out of money and time, go figure. But yeah, it was a great time. So we had a fairly decent portable setup at that particular time. A lot of the stuff is no longer around. We like to think we've upgraded and maybe improved antenna work and so forth. We're going to know here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing some portable live streaming, strictly battery, no plug-ins, no generators, what have you. So that's what's in store in the next couple of weeks, and we're really looking forward to it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I just picked up a nice lithium battery, and I have a old Sierra screwdriver antenna of 102-inch width, and I bolted it to a 6-foot grounding rod. So I'll just stab that in the water someplace, and I'll have a good ground plane. And then my other portable antenna is 130-foot end fed. So those are the only two I'm going to take out in the parks on the air. August, I'm going to go up to the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, and I'm going to drive up there, and I'll hit a bunch of parks along the country as I'm driving up there.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, that'll be good. And I'm sure you'll have a lot of pileups to work as well. That'll be a hoot. And then and maybe you even have an opportunity to transmit from Sturgis. I'll bet you'd have a big pileup there as well.
I didn't even think of that. I'll have to do that.
Oh, if you tell people where you're at, I have no doubt that you'll have a lot of operators. Man, if you didn't come up with some kind of a little makeshift QSL card or something or what have you, I bet you'd have all kinds of people calling for you.
Probably so. I have been on several different YouTube channels. I even broke a world record on Adam Sandoval's YouTube channel in the world's largest Harley Davidson parade up in Paris, Texas. I really enjoyed that outing and stuff. So, like I said, I really got active in YouTube. I've had a few YouTubers spend the nights at my house, and they come down to New Orleans and film and stuff like that. So, enjoy meeting all kinds of people in this country. It's a great country.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah, that's really nice. You know, and I feel the same way about ham radio. What a wonderful community we have here as well. You know, there is a opportunity for everybody in this hobby. You know, from CW digital modes and phone and everything, RTTY, everything in between. And there's a price point for everybody. And you meet some of the nicest people in the world. At least I know, and I have. I've been very fortunate with that. And we have a ham up in Michigan. His name's Papa Phil, who's in need of a kidney transplant, and we had a special event for him, maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago. That ran for a week. You know, special call K0RWB. We were helping out here on our channel and our information, trying to get out awareness and trying to help him find a match and so forth. And you know, and the ham operator community, they don't bat an eye, and they're like, how can I help? And they're so good about volunteering help, about getting out information, giving opinions on equipment and antennas and amplifiers, and the list goes on and on and on. And I put more stock in that than anything I read in forums sometimes. So it's a great community and wonderful operators. And again, we've been really fortunate to be part of it as well.
Yeah, I'm originally from Michigan, 40 years, my first 40 years, and my ham radio career changed my whole life. I went from the automotive industry to working for FEMA, traveled the country for 10 years full-time doing that. Now I'm down in here in New Orleans, and I represent 13 parishes and stuff and still do disaster management. Changed my whole life. Gave me something quality to do. It's not just about making money, it's about helping out the community. I rebuild the infrastructure and write grants and manage all that stuff.
Yeah, very true. And, you know, in the disaster relief and the disaster management, communications is a big deal. And that's why this stuff still comes in real handy. People don't think so, but trust me. Well, you may know it as well. You know, a lot of stuff can fail, but this stuff here just keeps on working.
It's because we got our own infrastructure.
Yeah, that's very true. And we do take care of our own. And I'd like to think we're pretty good at self-governing as well.
We definitely are. This is KCA for ID purposes.
Yeah, you know, that's kind of what it's all about. And my thing is, you know, we try to be a good steward of amateur radio. We try not to interfere with others. It's not our intention to assault or offend. Sometimes that happens, I guess, but it's never our intention. So we try to stay within the parameters that are given to us, and by and large, we've done fairly well. And like I said, this here has taken off more than I ever anticipated taking off. People seem to have a good time with it, and I know we are as well. So we're just going to keep on doing it.
Especially in this day and age when you're supposed to be quarantined. This way we can get out and listen to other people in the world and see what's really going on. Don't have to listen to the lies on TV. We hear it directly from the people's mouth. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, and you know, it's you'll never be lacked of opinions, and that's okay. You know, everybody has that. You do get to information, you know, pretty straightforward. A lot of times unfiltered. And that can also be a very positive thing, maybe a little bit more than we would like sometimes, but you know, that's just how it works. And I take it for what it is. But I think deep down, everybody here, especially in the ham community, has good hearts and good intentions, and that's what makes it work. Hey, thanks for giving us a call. We'll see if maybe we've got a few others out there. We need to take a few moments for some low power folks. But thank you again for the contact in New Orleans. I'm putting a couple of notes here to make sure I keep track of that, because it doesn't happen very often, at least in Louisiana and never in New Orleans. But be safe and be well. Congrats on the job. It sounds like it's working out well for you. And we try to do this on a continual basis. If you hear us again, by all means, give us a call, and we'll pick it up where we left off, see how things are going for you. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your week, and hope again to work you real soon. Kilo Charlie 8, Papa Zulu Alpha. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
Thanks, Randy. You take care.
You bet. Thank you again. This is K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City. We'll take a quick minute or two to see if we have any low power, any QRP, portables, or mobiles. We'll try again if there's any QRP or portable or mobile stations. If you come with your call, please. We'll try it one more time. Any QRP, portable, or mobile stations? Come with your call. Any QRP, portable, or mobile stations? Come with your call, please. I had nothing heard. This is K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City. I wonder if Kimberly is out there. Kimberly, are you able to copy this little weak station, Kilo 6 Yankee Lima? I may not have enough power to get out there to Pomona area in Los Angeles. Try it again for Kimberly. Kilo 6 Yankee Lima. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Can you hear me there, Kim? Well, I see you on the chat, but maybe we'll give it a shout later. Thank you for checking in with us on the chat there, and who knows, maybe we'll get on the air here later too. So we'll be out here yet for a little bit. We'll see how it goes. This is Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ. Any stations anywhere?
Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Uniform Tango.
Tango, the Echo Uniform Tango station again.
Yeah, the Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Uniform Tango.
Okay, got you that time. Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Uniform Tango. It sounds like Shane. How's it going, Shane?
Pretty good. I caught you, I think it was last week. I heard you earlier talking to someone in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I was wondering, it kind of sounded like you were coming out for the contest thing?
Well, we had the dates wrong. I thought the QSO party was last weekend. I think it's what he said. I'd have to go back and look at the call. I'm trying to think who it was, but I understand it's this weekend coming up, and our Saturday, it will be out of pocket, but I thought maybe we could try to maybe get in on a couple of pileups on Sunday, I believe. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I was listening to the Florida QSL parties this past weekend, and heck, I didn't even know it was going on until I heard it, and so I figured I'd pop in and get some contacts there. These QSL parties are pretty fun because they kind of just make me want to get on the radio again over the weekend, because during the weekend or during the weekdays, it's kind of, sometimes you hear some stations, sometimes you don't. But when there's QSL parties, there's something to look forward to on the weekends.
Yeah, very true. And we had about 20 minutes yesterday afternoon for a little bit, and we were working on some antennas. We were down in Studio B, so we had the 7300 on, and you couldn't really turn the VFO far without hitting another another party. And they were, I don't think they were on top of each other, but they were sure close, and it was one after another. So I know they were working quite hard, and I have a feeling they made lots of contacts. We didn't really have that much of an opportunity to do it, so we listened for a little bit, and we know they were hustling. They're much better at it than I am, and good for them. It's just not my world, but I know they were having a good time with it there. Go ahead.
It takes a very, very, very patient person to organize a pileup, or at least clean one up. I myself, I couldn't. There's just too much stress involved. I'd rather be the person that jumps on the pileup rather than the person who cleans up the pileup, to be honest. But in the end, it's pretty fun. I look forward to them on the weekends. You're coming in at like 10 over in Fort Wayne, at least on my end. I don't know if the other guy in Fort Wayne had the same results, but 10 over. You're booming up here.
Oh, no problem at all. It's always a pleasure. Well, again, if you're contesting, there's many ways of handling the course. This is a little different here. And of course, you've checked in here before, and I'm not a 5.9 K0RWB guy. So how do you do to make it work? I mean, you can either go by call areas, or you can go by last two of their call and so forth. For what we're doing here in the evenings for a couple hours and live streaming, I just don't think that's fair for everybody, and it doesn't work out. So we try to make this as equal as possible and try to pull the calls out the best we can and what have you. But I don't want to turn this into a contest, and I don't want to turn it into a 5.9 K0RWB. So we try to be respectful of everybody's time. I think I mentioned that to you before. And we'll do the best we can with the time we've got working for us, Shane there. Roger?
You got it. You take care. 7-3s. Have a good one. Kilo Charlie 9 after Uniform Tango.
Thank you, Shane. Always a pleasure, my friend. And if we don't hear you before the weekend, I hope the party goes well for you. And if we do hear you again, great. We'll just pick it up where we left off. But thanks for giving us a call out of Fort Wayne. Kilo Charlie 9, Echo Uniform Tango, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3.
Take care, 7-3.
Okay, K0RWB, K0RWB. Any other stations?
Kilo Delta 6, Delta Kilo Whiskey.
The Kilo Whiskey, standby 1. The Kilo Delta 6, go ahead.
Yes, Kilo Delta 6, India, Quebec Whiskey. Good evening, Randy.
Kilo Delta 6, India, Quebec Whiskey. Hey, Mark, how's it going?
Well, doing really good here. It's just a beautiful spring day here in Colorado, and didn't get as much done as I'd like to have, but managed to get our attic fan going, so things are a little bit cooler in the house today, and all is good. Got a couple of days of rain coming, so I'll probably be spending more time on the radio. So other than that, don't have a whole lot. Just wanted to drop in and say hello.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad you did. It sounds like maybe you got some spring weather that didn't involve any snow.
Yeah, roger that. We're actually going to get rain in the form of unfrozen moisture. That is just a complete shocker.
Yeah, I'll bet it is. We had our first 84-degree day today, and I think they're talking about the same tomorrow, and then mid-70s the rest of the week through the weekend. So for this week anyway, we're at midsummer. Now that can certainly change, of course, but nice to see that at 6,000 feet roughly, 5,600. I'm not sure exactly what Thornton is. That you guys are getting something that isn't coming down white, so that'll be really nice there, Roger.
Yeah, I can't tell you how happy I'm going to be to hear the raindrops sitting on the back patio instead of watching the snow fly. So it'll be nice. Yeah, we're looking at back in almost the 80s for the weekend, so it's going to be a heck of a week and maybe a little bit of barbecue time at the end of it. So anyhow, I'll let you get back to the others. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that want to check in with you, but I'll just wanted to say hello and have a fantastic week.
Well, thank you, Mark, and you as well. I think this is our third or fourth contact here in the last couple of weeks, and always a pleasure. It's nice to know in the evenings we're doing pretty well. We get into Colorado pretty well. I didn't know it was really that good, but there's again, it's you and a couple other there in the Denver area, and then we've got these other outlaws, if you will, up in the Fort Collins. So Bob is probably listening, but we got a few stations up Longmont and in the Fort Collins area and a couple just north. So it's nice to hear the Front Range is being well represented. Always a pleasure, Mark. Nice to hear you out there, buddy. And I hope you have a good week as well. And I hope you don't get too much rain and too much sunshine. I don't think you have to shovel rain. I know you have to shovel snow, but maybe not the rain, so that'll be a good thing. I'm sure you could probably use the moisture as well. Be safe and well, Mark, as always, and anytime, brother, we're here. We'd love to hear from you again. Kilo Delta 6, India, Quebec Whiskey, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Mark, 7-3s.
Yep, 73s, Randy, you're a solid S9 in here. Always great to hear your voice. We'll talk to you soon. 86 IQW clear.
You bet. Thanks again. And we'll go ahead and clear with Mark. And a while ago, we had another station that had Kilo Whiskey. I think that might have been at the end of the call. The Kilo Whiskey station. If you're still there, come back with your call, please.
It's Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilo Whiskey, Lenore, North Carolina. Just heard your net and just wanted to say hello.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did. Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilowatt Whiskey. I appreciate you giving us a call. Again, the name here is Randy. QTH is 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And we're also out here live on YouTube tonight. Go ahead.
Wonderful, wonderful. I live in Lenore, North Carolina, not too far from Boone, and we're down near Boone used to grow, but I was in Kansas City, about a year ago, driving from Atlanta to Denver, Colorado, then from Denver, they had me drive to Los Angeles, California, so I remember, and I spent the night in Kansas City, so there you go, but thanks for having me in your net. I'm going to get out of here, and I just tried out a new old radio, so sounding good here in Lenore, North Carolina. This is Kilo Bravo 4 Delta Kilo Whiskey, back to net control. First one is Daniel.
Okay, Daniel. Well, you're 5 and 7 to 5 and 9 here in the receive. Again, it sounds really good. The audio's got a lot of nice little punch to it. Not overdriven, and not bright, as they say it. Not super bright, but very good audio quality. So everything is working now. I'm sure you're going to tell me next go around 100 watts in a wire, Roger.
Well, it's a K0RWB antenna. It's about 40 feet above the creek, and it's inverted V, and it's 100 watts. There you go.
Well, it's close enough. And that last time was a good solid 5 and 9. So I think as the evening's going on here, the band seems to be a little bit quieter, starting to settle down a little bit. A little hour or so ago, and I knew that was probably going to happen. We still hadn't gotten the gray line, and it was really up and down. First contact was Pennsylvania and what have you. So now it's starting to. We're getting into Carolinas, we're getting into Georgia, and we're getting down in Texas, and we got into New Orleans, which was really nice. Michigan, now Colorado. So I think the band is stepping off a little bit, and the signals are coming up, and so is the audio. So I really do like 40 meters there, Roger.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I'm from Florida originally, and when I was turning the dial, I thought I heard you say Apaka, and I could have been wrong, but I got a friend up here, he's blind, and he's from Apaka, Florida, WA14G, Jameson. And so I heard Apaka, and maybe I was wrong, I don't know, but that's why I stopped and checked in with you back then.
Well, if I did, I don't know if maybe subliminally. I'm trying to think. I've got quite a few stations in Florida. I've got one down in Cutler Bay, one by Daytona Beach, and there's been a few others over on the Gulf side, Naples and around Tampa. But well, I still appreciate you checking in anyway. And again, this is not anything super structured per se. We just call CQ. We make some contacts. We have fun. We do stream it live on YouTube. People have a chance to listen to themselves later on the playback and what have you. But the bottom line is having fun and making contacts, and that's kind of what we do here, Roger.
Oh, I heard that. So what is your YouTube channel? And I'll go back and watch it, and I appreciate it.
Well, the channel is my call sign, K0RWB. And you can either go to YouTube and type it in the search bar, or you can go to my QRZ page. We have a link. You can click on that link. It'll take you right to it. And if you wanted to listen to RQSO, you could probably fast forward to about an hour 42. Would probably get you pretty close to about where we started. Or you can listen and watch the whole thing, however you want to do that. But that would get you pretty close about where we started. But yeah, you sound terrific in my receive, and that last go around put you over 5.9, so it's definitely coming up.
Well, you're 5, 10, 12 on me. It's excellent signal, and I'll look it up. I'm the president of the Western Piedmont Amateur Radio Club in Burke County, North Carolina. And we have a little YouTube channel where we don't have much on it, but I will definitely just go net control.
Yeah, okay, Daniel. No, appreciate you stopping in, giving us a call. And, yeah, give a look and a listen. Again, we don't get that many opportunities to actually hear ourselves on the air, what it actually does sound like. And I know I don't sound anything in my headphones like I do on the live stream. And that's another reason why we thought we would try to do this. And we did have some encouragement to kind of do that. So we've been, having a lot of fun the last several months with it. And I think we'll continue to do so. But, yeah, give a look and listen and see what you think. Thank you again for giving us a call. Be safe and be well. Enjoy your evening and have a great week coming up. And if you hear us again, give us a call. We'll pick it up where we left off. Kilo Bravo 4, Delta Kilowatt Whiskey, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s. And let's see here. We'll go ahead and clear. See if Mark is still in there. We forgot about him early. Alpha 1 India Alpha. I'm not sure if Mark is still in there or standing by. We'll try again and see if Mark is in there. Alpha 1 India Alpha. Mark, are you in there?
Yes, good evening. How's everything going?
Well, we're out here calling CQ. We're getting some contacts, so it's been a good night so far. A little bit of noise, of course, like we're usually dealing with. Sorry about kind of forgetting about you. I looked down on my paper and I saw the call, and I thought, oh, gosh, I got to give you a call, so I'm glad you're still in there. Go ahead. No, I'm just glad you're still in there. We kind of forgot about you a little bit ago, but I'm glad to see you're still in there, so we wanted to get a call out to you.
I don't think you're hearing me, are you?
Y'all doubled.
Yeah, that's what I thought, too. Mark, I can still copy you, but you're right above the noise.
Okay, Randy, I'm not sure if you're getting me or not. I know I have a very weak copy on you, my friend, but we're listening in. So thanks for picking me up, and we'll turn it back to net. This is A1RA.
Yeah, when the band is quiet, Mark, I can hear you just fine. I don't know if I'm getting down there like I have in the past, but that's okay. I know you're out there, and I saw you on the chat, so not a big deal. We'll pick it up again. You know how that works, so no worries at all. Alpha 1 India Alpha Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Mark. 7-3s.
Thank you, Randy. 7-3.
Okay. K0RWB QRZ.
Kilo Delta 0, Quebec Bravo.
Kilo Delta 0, Quebec Bravo. Good evening. How are you doing?
Good evening. Name here is Rory, Romeo, Oscar, Romeo, Yankee, and you're about 5'9" plus 10 over into Finland, Minnesota, which is on the north shore of Lake Superior. Over.
Well, nice to hear Minnesota tonight. Yeah, nice signal as well. Thank you for that report. I've got you between 5 and 7 and 5 and 9 because we don't run any preamp, of course, but nice audio to go along with it. And hopefully there's no snow up there. You guys are getting some springtime weather. Go ahead.
No, we had about 3 to 4 inches last night that melted in the morning, and now we have I have about half of a device on my antenna right now, so I'm pretty glad that's not detuning too bad. So no, we're still fairly in the clutches of winter up here. Over.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really am. I think it's we're getting here almost the 1st of May. I think it's time for Mother Nature to give you guys a break. So I'm not going to say anything about the temperatures around here. I'm sure you've been dealing with that enough. You're not going to hear it from me, but I do wish you well and hope you get some warm weather real soon there. Go ahead.
Copy that. But, we don't mind it up here. It keeps the riffraff out. So, and I got my 6-year-old here. He was pretty interested in radio, so his name here is Cormac. So just wanted to get his name out there. And, So, other than that, I think I'll turn it back to you. Over.
Well, that's great. Hey, nice to have it sounds like a potential operator down the road here. Well, I had the pleasure of having a really nice QSO 2 weeks ago with a 9-year-old who has his technician license, but he was working with his dad in the shack, and he's studying for his general to take this summer. So, you can never start too early to get people interested in radio, Roger?
Copy that. And, although I
I think most boys generally seem to be naturally attracted to at least, cheap walkie-talkie. So there's always that gateway drug. Over.
Yeah, you got to start them there, and then then you get them invested in the meter, and they watch that meter bounce up and down and what have you, or whatever's on the face of the radio, and they get real excited. And that's kind of what we're doing here with the live stream. We're actually streaming our radio face. So what I see on the screen of my radio gets actually put on our YouTube live stream. So you get to see the signal report and the oscilloscope, your wave pattern on your audio, and so on and so forth. And I've had a lot of operators who have commented that their kids have been watching that because they get mesmerized by the waterfall and so forth. And who knows, those could make those potential operators in the future as well. Roger?
Yeah, copy that. I hope I can get to that point of having a fancy enough radio with the waterfall. I'm operating an old FD890 running barefoot off of a deep cycle battery. My stack's on top of a ridge. We run off solar here because we're pretty remote over.
Well, I'll tell you, again, the signal's not terribly strong, but your audio has a terrific amount of punch to it. It's not overdriven. It has got a lot of punch to it. And even with some of the noise that I have here on my receive and stuff, you're right over top of that. So you've got the equipment dialed in just fine. Again, it doesn't have to be the latest and greatest. The radios have no idea how old they are. They're designed to transmit and receive, and you're supposed to let the antenna do the work anyway. So it sounds like you've got everything dialed in. At least it's working in my receive.
Yeah, copy that. You're Missouri, I think that's what I heard, over?
Yeah, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, and the name here is Randy. And we're, like I said earlier, we're also streaming here live on YouTube. We do this during the week, and here lately it's been on 40 meters. The idea is to make contacts, have great QSOs, and have fun in the process, Roger?
Yep, copy that. Well, I'll let you go here. Let you get back to anybody else that's waiting in line there. So, yep, there's Kilo Delta Zero, Quebec Bravo. I'm sorry, Kilo Zero, Romeo Whiskey Bravo, Kilo Delta Zero, Quebec Bravo. Clear.
That sounds great, Roy. Hey, thanks for giving us a call this evening. I didn't see a contact in the log, so thank you very much for the first one. And by all means, come back again. Well, if you hear us out here, we're generally streaming live on YouTube as well. So if you're interested in listening to yourself on the air on the playback, you can go to my QRZ page, click the link, or you can go to YouTube, put in my call. And if you want to listen to this one, the video with today's date on it, of course, in about an hour 50 in, would probably get you pretty close. Give a look and listen and see what you think. It's kind of fun. Get a chance to hear yourself. Maybe your little ones would enjoy that too. Enjoy your evening. Be safe and be well. Kilo Delta Zero, Quebec Bravo, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
WB4, November Whiskey Victor.
Okay, the Whiskey Bravo 4 again, please.
Whiskey Bravo 4, November Whiskey Victor.
Okay, got you that time. There was a couple other than with you, Frank, but you came over top of them for sure. Whiskey Bravo 4, November Whiskey Victor. Good evening. How are things down in the Pensacola area?
Well, it was a beautiful day in Pensacola today, and sun was shining. There was a little bit of a little breeze blowing, and the humidity wasn't too high, and it was just one of those perfect days, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I think we get 3 or 4 of those a year up here. That's what it seems like, because everything if you described we get, but that always comes with high humidity, and that's like August. So other than that, we only get a couple of days where we don't have that, it seems like. So, well, I have to tell you, you've get the gold star so far. That's probably the best signal I've had so far, almost 5.9 plus 20 in the audio to match. So we must have a nice little pipeline into Pensacola there. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Well, Randy, I got to tell you, it's not the radio and it's not the amplifier. I'm running a Yaesu FT857D mobile rig with the mobile hand mic, and I'm running the output of that into a 500-watt solid-state no-tune Trans World TW500A amplifier.
but I am running a good antenna. I'm running an antenna of my own design called the Tune A-tenna. Don't know if you've ever heard of it or not, so I'll turn it back to you and find out. The B4NWV.
It's called the Tune A antenna. Is that what you said?
Well, close. Tune A-tenna. Tune dash the letter A dash TENNA.
No, I have to say that is the first. Is this a wire or is this a vertical?
It is a half-wavelength inverted V, remotely controlled motorized inverted V dipole, half-wavelength wire dipole, and you have a control box in the shack, and you flip a switch, and it causes your antenna elements to extend out from 4 feet on each side to up to 150 feet on each side. And you just watch the watt meter, and as the antenna gets to its resonant point, the SPR starts to go down, and when it gets flat, and of course at the same time the forward power is going up. When the forward power is at max and the SPR is flat, you let off the switch and you have a custom cut to resonant half wavelength dipole at that frequency. Any frequency from 6 meters all the way to the bottom, to the top of the AM broadcast band. So no gaps in coverage, not amateur bands only, but the whole spectrum.
Well, that's pretty impressive. And and where does a person find one of these?
Well, you're welcome to go check out the pictures of how it's built and everything.
Yeah, that's very interesting, actually. You'd have to have a little bit of real estate, it sounds like, though, for it to extend out. Is that correct?
Well, it's an inverted V. If you want to operate, say, 80 and up, you only need about 60 or 70 feet wide, 30, 35 feet each side of your support pole. Or if you're hanging it off the gable end of your house or something, you need about 40 feet high minimum. Maybe you could get by with 35, and about 60 feet wide, 30 on each side of the center point. So 35 feet each side on the center point. So not really a whole lot of real estate. And the nice thing about it is the antenna's elements don't have to go straight opposite of each other either. One can go to the front and one can go to the left like an L, or any combination of that in any direction. You just can't cross them over each other. So, based on the clear path that you have, you can pretty much set the thing up any way. I don't know what the radiation pattern would look like, but I know that it'll function and your SWR will be flat, so that's something.
Yeah, interesting. I've got it written down. I'll have a chance to take a look at that later on once we shut down the stream there, but that sounds quite interesting. And I think you said you're running an 857 Delta as well, is that right?
Yeah, Yaesu mobile rig, 857D, the standard hand mic, and a solid state 500 watt Transworld TW500A no tune solid state amp, and probably about 100 feet of cable, maybe 100 feet of RG213 to the top of the pole, where the little box is that has the electric 12-volt DC electric motor in it. It's a simple electromechanical device. There's really no electronics. There's just the motor at the top of the pole inside a box, and a non-metallic box. And the box is 8.5 inches by 8.5 inches by 5 inches, and the whole weight is about 7 pounds. And then down in the shack, there's a little control box, and it has 2 switches in it, an on-off switch, toggle switch, and a little indicator light bulb that lets you know you have power from your 12-volt power supply. And then you have a double pull, double throw, spring-loaded center off switch for the extend or retract of the antenna. So you just reverse the voltage to the motor, and it reels the antenna back in. You reverse the voltage again, and it extends the antenna back out. So it's really very simple, but all of the components are stainless or non-metallic, and so no corrosion issues, and very strong and very durable. Built to really last a lifetime without giving any trouble. No electronics to get affected by static discharge or anything like that. So anyway, that's it, Randy, and I'm sorry I didn't get your call.
Yeah, no problem at all. The call here is K0RWB, Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0RWB, red, white, and blue. And the QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And again, we're also streaming here live on YouTube. So everybody who's been watching and listening is getting the information on the antenna as well. I appreciate you giving me that. It sounds very intriguing, and I'm looking forward to looking it up and getting some information. We're looking at doing some portable in the next several of weeks, and doing the live stream as well, and strictly battery. No plug-ins, no generators, and so forth. And that's something that we're looking at getting put together. One thing on this motorized, is it 110 or does it run off 12 volt?
Well, I think I was not using my amplifier on the last transmission. Let me turn my amp back on. It's 12 volts DC, and it's a 3 amp gear motor, high torque, low current gear motor. But I'm sure that it only pulls maybe 1 amp maximum or less when it's pulling the little 1 pound weights up on each side and pulling them up and down the trolley line. So I'm pretty sure it probably draws less than an amp, or right around an amp. Something like that would be my guess.
Okay, well, very interesting. And again, I appreciate you giving me the information for that. Again, that's one thing I really do like about 40 meters is a lot of operators have some terrific stories of how they got in the hobby, but we also get a lot of good information, and I appreciate you providing that as well. We do get firsthand accounts on equipment, antennas, and amplifiers and those kind of things, which I think does help me. I'm hoping that helps other people as well. And and we're supposed to make, at least my Elmer told me, the antenna is supposed to do all the work, and if not, then you're kind of defeating the purpose. So if you find something that that has a very good SWR rating, or a low SWR compared to some others, it's going to be more resonant and so forth. That's always a big plus, and I think we're all trying to strive for that. And it can be a little challenging from time to time, so it's really nice that that's something that seems to work that well. Again, I've got no problems hearing you at all, and with the amp or without it, it's working really good in my receive. And I had that same radio, and I sold that to help finance this radio, and I kind of wish I had that radio back, but on to bigger and better things, as they say. Roger?
Yeah, Roger, Randy. Well, listen, I appreciate you letting me chew your ear off here, and I enjoyed the QSO, and I'm great to hear that you've got your YouTube channel going. That's pretty cool. Check out the video on YouTube of the Tune Antenna, and check out the Tune Antenna website there, and shoot me an email and let me know what you think. God bless, and 73s to you. I'm turning it back over to you for your final Kilo Zero, Romeo Whiskey Bravo, Missouri Whiskey Bravo 4, November Whiskey Victor, Pensacola, Florida.
No, I appreciate it very much, Frank. I really do, and yeah, we'll definitely forward it on to you, give you once we get a chance to look at it. Very intriguing. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it to see what it's really all about. You've described it quite well, so I'm ready to look at some pictures to go along with it. But it is definitely a different design and idea that I've heard. So of course I don't get out much, but anyway, thank you very much for that, and we'll certainly shoot you an email as well. Thank you so much for the time, and look forward to working again. By all means, give us a call again if you hear us out there. We try to do this on a continual basis. It's been 40 meters here lately, so if you hear us again, give us a call, and we'll see how things are at that time. Whiskey Bravo 4, November Whiskey Victor, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Frank, 73s.
Okay, Randy, and 73s to you, and I will do that. God bless. 73s. Kilo Zero, Romeo Whiskey Bravo. Whiskey Bravo number 4, November Whiskey Victor, 73s.
Okay, 73s. K0RWB, Rainy, Kansas City, QRZ. Any other stations? Come back with your call. Whiskey Alpha, November Portable. Okay, you can stand by for a second. We've got a portable in there. I was calling earlier, so I guess my timing was off. The portable station, come back with your call.
This is Kilo Delta Zero Whiskey Alpha November Portable. Kilo Delta Zero Whiskey Alpha November Portable. QSL?
Okay, Bill, I got you. Are you sure you're portable? You can't be that close to me, can you? Go ahead.
Actually, I am portable in Longview, Texas. I am in East Texas, normally from St. Louis, Missouri. In my son's backyard with a G5RV up about 25 feet and running barefoot. QSL?
That's terrific. Another basically 100 watts in a wire station. I'm telling you, I got to revisit my electric bill. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Boy, that is terrific audio to go along with the signal 5.7 and 5.8. The G5RV in the backyard. Well, it's really good for you tonight. I appreciate you giving me a call there. So what's the wattage that you're running? Go ahead.
I'm running about 100 watts, but probably by the time you, with all the inefficiencies of the wire and the cable, I bet you I'm probably running about 50, 60 watts when it finally hits the antenna. QSL? Yeah,
that wouldn't be uncommon. That's very true. And what's the rig you're operating? Because I just can't get over the audio.
This is an ICOM 746, and thank you for the compliments. I didn't realize it was coming that good. Over.
Yeah, it really is. 746 doing quite well. I've got a friend in New York who runs one, and the same kind of audio punch. You know, I don't know if it's the rig or what, but yeah, it's got a nice little punch to it. It's not overdriven, but it's right in front of your face, if you know what I mean. So that's terrific. I'm glad it's working well for you tonight. Go ahead.
Well, Roger. Before I lose you, could you give me your call sign and your name and where you're from? Over.
Yeah, the call here is K0RWB Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0RWB, red, white, and blue. The handle is Randy, the QTH, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri.
Well, very good. So you're Kilo Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. QSL?
That is correct. We're also live on YouTube, so you should give a look and a listen to see how you sound on the air as well.
Well, that's good. What do I look for on YouTube? Over.
Just go to the call sign, put in the call in the search bar, and you'll look at the video, today's date. And if you want, fast forward to about 2 hours, 6 minutes, 2 hours, 5 minutes in.
Well, thank you very much. You have a great signal, too. Wonderful signal. Good 5.8, 5.9. I'm sitting on my son's picnic table, 100 watts. I come down here every time. This is my 5th time down here, and I just go portable, sit in the backyard, and see who I can talk to. Over.
Yeah, well, it's working really well. Again, the signal's not super strong, but I don't run preamp or anything in my radio. And so it's always the audio. I mean, it's single sideband. That's what's doing the work anyway. So it sounds terrific. And again, it's got a lot of audio punch. And again, but it's just what I hear on my side. You be the judge. So you give a look and listen on the channel there. Listen to it yourself and see how you sound on the air. I think for what you're doing, it's working quite well.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to let you go so you can talk to some other people. Thank you again so much, Randy. I really appreciate it. I will check it. 7-3s, my friend. Stay safe, and I hope to talk to you soon. Kilo Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo, Kilo Delta Zero Whiskey Alpha November Portable from Longview, Texas. Take care, my friend.
You bet. Hey, Bill, when you get back in the St. Louis area, look me up and give me a call. I like to work in the St. Louis. I don't get in there too often, so I'd like to see if I could do that again. Hey, thanks for giving us a call. Be safe and be well. Enjoy your evening with your family down there and a good week coming up. And by all means, look for us again. Kilo Delta Zero, Whiskey Alpha November, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7-3s.
73, my friend.
Okay, K0RWB, QRZ.
Whiskey India.
Okay, I got a couple here, partial calls. Whiskey India Sierra, and there was a Whiskey Sierra. The Whiskey India Sierra. Come back with your call if you would, please.
K0RWB, K0RWIS. Name is Kurt. Charlie Uniform Romeo Tango. The QTH is in Central Wisconsin. Over.
All right. Hey, thanks, Kurt, for giving us a call in Central Wisconsin. Second one tonight. A little bit farther south than the one I had previously, but nice to hear that Wisconsin is getting represented this evening. I do appreciate it. Again, the name here is Randy, and the QTH, we're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. Go ahead.
Okay, real good, Randy. Beautiful sounding station you got. You're 5.9 plus, almost 5.9 plus 10, I'd say. Real good. Yeah, we're located in central Wisconsin, and we got about 45 degrees. It's overcast, and we're waiting for it to warm up some more here. We did have some 70-degree weather a few weeks ago, but it feels like fall time. But I guess we're going to get some good rain here, thunderstorms tomorrow evening, and it looks like toward the end of the week things are going to warm up again, maybe in the 60s there. So there you go. Anyway, I'll give you a lowdown on the station here. We're running the Icon 7300, running the ILPR 781, and we're running about 600 watts into an off-center fed dipole there. So there you go. Back to you, Randy. K0RWB, K4WIS, Wisconsin.
Oh, that's great, Kurt. Well, it sounds good. And in either the other stations I've talked with tonight didn't mention it, but they're the first I recall that are saying that they're running the 7300. Now, there may have been others, and maybe I don't recall them saying it, or they didn't mention it, but the other night, last Thursday, Friday, we had weather, so we weren't able to get back on the air. But last Thursday, it was about an 80-20 mix of 7300s to others. And that's, I don't mean it in a bad way, because I have one as well. It's in Studio B downstairs. But it's hard to make them sound bad. So again, the audio is terrific. The equipment's working quite well for you. No problems hearing you at all. And I'm not even going to tell you what the weather we had here or temperature, because Florida was doing that to me back in February, and it just didn't make me feel good. So I'm just hoping that you'll get some more warmer, consistent weather versus a day here, day here. We had that for a while here not too long ago, and I think we're getting a week this week of more steady type weather, but I'm not going to tell you how because it's just not fair for people in Wisconsin. Go ahead.
Real good, Randy. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, so you're out of Kansas City, I believe you were saying. I don't know if you know where California, Missouri is, or some of them other places. I got relatives in Missouri, so I know where Kansas City is. That's for sure. Yeah, like I said, the weather's been up and down, up and down. The grass is really green and it's growing. Trees are budded out, starting to real good, so it's just a matter of time for getting these more warmer and steady temperatures. Oh, well, us Wisconsinites, we're used to this kind of stuff, so, oh, well. Anyway, heard you calling CQ. Got such a nice big signal this way, just had to jump in here and give you a call back. So, anyway, send it back to you, Randy. K0RWB. There you go, red, white, and blue. There. K4WIS, Wisconsin.
Oh, by all means. Oh, that's great. I'm glad you did. I think the closest place that you would probably, that I know that you would know, would be Stevens Point, which I think is a bit west of you, I believe, somewhere around there. We've got some relatives up in that general area. So, yeah, no, we try to do this on a nightly basis. We come out here usually around 7 o'clock Central. Here in the last couple of weeks, we just call CQ. We make a few contacts. We talk about whatever, there's information that's been shared, some terrific stories as well, how people got into the hobby, been away and come back, those kind of stories. And the whole bottom line is to make contacts and have fun. We add a little extra element to it by doing the live stream as well. A lot of operators, we don't get an opportunity to hear ourselves on the air very often, and this is one way of doing it. So we decided to put both of them together, and we've had fun with it so far, and I think others have as well. So that's what we've been doing, and I think we'll continue doing it. So we've got time we've got a little bit more time yet this evening, but we've had lots of contacts. Second one, I believe, into Wisconsin. So it's nice to hear the band is doing pretty good up there. It seems like a good pipeline, and you've got a good signal here as well. But again, don't take my word for it. Go to the channel there and listen to it yourself. Your audio's booming. I mean, just is this right in front of you, if that makes any sense. I don't know what the technical term is, so I'm using mine, the best I can describe it. But yeah, you can give a look or listen. Just go to the YouTube and put in my call in the search bar, and you can listen to our QSO. You fast forward to about 2 hours 13, somewhere around there, be pretty close, and see how you sound on the air. Go ahead.
Okay, K0RWB, K4WIS. Yeah, I'll certainly do that. Matter of fact, as soon as we're done with our QSO here, I'll jump on your channel and check it out. That's fantastic. That's great. Anyway, thanks for the report and everything there, and you stay well, the family, everything, stay safe, you know how that goes. But anyway, yeah, getting back to Stephen's point, yeah, it ain't too bad of a drive from here. It's maybe a 20-minute drive or so. So there you go. All right, Randy, have a good time tonight. Hopefully you make some more contacts. I'm sure you will. And I'll check out your channel here. That'll be interesting. 7-3s, my friend. Take care, Randy. K0RWB, K4WIS, Wisconsin.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine, Kurt. Thank you for taking the time to give us a call, and look forward to hearing you again. Again, we try to make this a kind of a weekly thing during the week anyway. As long as weather doesn't get too crazy, we'll shut down if we get some bad weather coming. So, but if you hear us again, give us a call, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. And same for you as well. Be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your week, and look forward to working again. A Kilo 4, Whiskey India Sierra, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you again, sir. Have a good night. 7-3s.
Okay, real good, Randy. 7-3.
Okay, K0RWB, QRZ. Any other station?
Whiskey 9, Mike Hotel Charlie.
Whiskey 9, Mike Hotel Charlie. Mark, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing good here. I was just listening to that last QSO, and I guess we kind of lucked out. We still got 69 degrees here in Race Car City, and looking for some rain tomorrow. But you got a mighty fine station there, sir. I just want to compliment you on that and say hello.
Well, I appreciate that. And for Indianapolis at 69 degrees, I think you've got something going on there. That's great. When in the northern states, or north of me, excuse me, I try not to say weather too much because I still know what's going on. That wasn't the case February when I was talking with stations in Florida. They always made a point to tell me how warm it was, and I just I don't want to do that. That's just not fair. But I'm glad to see you've got some decent weather today. Ours was okay as well, other than the winds, which were constant at 25, gusts to 35. That made it a little tough outside. But other than that, so far so good. And right back to you, a good signal, 5.9 plus. The audio was really nice as well. So nice to hear you from Indianapolis there. Go ahead.
QSL. Yeah, we're supposed to get a little bit of rain tomorrow, but this will probably be the warmest day so far. Supposed to hit 82 degrees here, but anyway, I'm running an Icon 7300 into a, what do we got here? ALS 600. I'm shooting about 400 watts here, but on a 9-to-1 un into a 124-foot long wire into a pine tree.
I think that's terrific. So here's the second one now who's mentioned the 7300. That's good. Yeah, I like I said, I told a bunch of stations last Thursday I'm going to start writing this down, taking a poll. But I think just what it was, just off the top of my head, Thursday, it was about 8 to 2. It was 7200s to 2 of anything else. So, and that's okay though. It just shows you the popularity of the rig and how well it is. Because I have one that's myself. That's downstairs in Studio B. This is Studio A upstairs. I didn't name it. Another friend of mine who's on the chat lines had named these for me. So, they say about amateur radio, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So you got to have redundant systems. So you have to have backups there, Roger.
Oh, absolutely. I want to give you your signal report. You're 5.9 plus 20 into Indianapolis.
Oh, so I'm just barely making it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I really had to turn on my preamp.
Yeah, I felt about the same way. And I can't give you quite that much. That last go-around was 5.9 plus, maybe 12, if I had to guess. Like I said, the meter, once it goes above 5.9, it's blue, and it goes plus 20, 40, 60, which I kind of guessed, so it's got to be maybe 10 to 12, We'll call it 13. We'll make it closer there, Roger.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'll get out of your hair here. I just want to see how this radio is working. That long wire, the apex isn't very high right now because I tried to climb that pine tree and ended up with some poison ivy, so I'm going to leave it be where it's at. So it's almost more of an NVIS right now, but I guess it's working. Back to you.
Oh, no, it's terrific in my receive. Again, I it's really hard to say, where the band is at. 40 meters, at least where my location, I'm okay coast to coast. I haven't really gotten any farther than that, and I'm okay with that. Really, I am. I'm 38 foot. It's just a dipole. It's 38 foot off the side of the tower, and in a kind of an unconventional, configuration. One arm's off the side of the patio deck, and the other one's kind of off in a tree, whatever. But it's working and so forth. And we're going to change it when the weather gets a little more stable. And we're going to try to move it a little higher and over to a little different area of the property. But in the meantime, we're going to operate it. But, that's okay. Again, like I said, we're coast to coast. I haven't gotten to California yet. I did get to Colorado. We've been to Pennsylvania, Florida, Michigan, of course, Wisconsin, and a few in between, Texas, and even got into New Orleans, which I hardly ever do. So it's been a good night. And the band has quieted down to a certain degree, and it seems to be working out pretty well, at least in my receive, Roger.
Very good. Yeah, good grief. Somebody was tuning up right next to you there. It just about blew my eardrums out. But anyway, Randy, thanks for the QSO and 73. You got operator Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. Anyway, thanks again, and maybe our paths will cross again. So enjoy the rest of your evening, and maybe we'll do it again. K0RWB W9MHC.
Yeah, the pleasure is all mine, Mark. Thank you for taking the time to give us a call, and I appreciate the kind words there on the signal, and of course, right back to you. And we will be back out here again, of course, and it's going to be 40 meters. So if you hear us again, by all means, give us a call, and we'll just see what's going on at that time and pick it up where we left off. Be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your evening, of course, and a good week ahead. And don't hesitate to stop in again. Whiskey 9, Mike Hotel Charlie, a Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Mark. 73.
73, God bless.
Okay, K0RWB, Randy in Kansas City. I've got time for one more call. We're going to have to shut it down. We've got time for one more call. K0RWB, QRZ. The Oscar, Uniform Oscar again, please. Kilo Echo 8, Oscar, Uniform Oscar. Good evening, Jeff. How are you doing?
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Well, my friend, we've had a great evening. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but that's what happens when you're having fun there. Go ahead.
Yes, Al. I stumbled across you last week and thought, what a great concept. And when I looked you up on QRZ, I saw the BDUs there and thought, well, I've shared some sand with this guy.
Well, yeah, probably so. You can never tell. I do think every once in a while I dig sand out of my ears from all the time in the sandbox there, Roger.
Ken's in Riyadh, outside of Riyadh.
My apologies, Jeff. I doubled with you. I did copy Riyadh, and that was it. My apologies for doubling. Say again.
I said I looked up last week, and when I picked that on QRZ, I saw the BDUs, and I knew that we had shared some sand together. So I was stationed in Myrtle Beach with the 810s and was in Desert Shield and Desert Storm. So, and that was a few years ago. 30, I think, was this year, right? 30 years ago. So thank you for your service. I think this is a great concept you got. I subscribed last week because I just love the idea behind it all.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, we didn't think of this. There's others who came way before me who thought of this, and I give them all the credit. They certainly did help me or convince me into doing this myself, and I think a lot of it just because of QTH. There are quite a few operators that do this on the East Coast. I have a friend up in Long Island who does this, and my good friend Alex down in Cutler Bay, Florida, who kind of got me into this. And I don't know of anybody here Midwest. There's another friend of mine in Mississippi, but here we don't have it per se that I know of. Now, there certainly can be, and I welcome it. I think that's terrific as well. It's just a little something extra to ham radio. You know, I've had a lot of people send me emails and comments that they've gotten their kids to listen to the playbacks because they see all the little squiggly lines and things moving from on the screen. And maybe those are potential ham operators in the future. It's hard to tell. And that would be great. So anyway, getting back to the Riyadh, so I take it at that time, were you with Seymour Johnson? Is that where you were stationed at the time? Go ahead.
Negative. I was with Myrtle Beach and the A-10s on the tax base.
Okay, I got you at Myrtle Beach there. We at that time I was at in Valdosta down at Moody, and we got attached to the Seymour Johnson. I think they were the host unit, and we spent a few months in Thumrait, Oman, and then we moved up to El Kars, Saudi Arabia. But I was also at King Fahd Air Base, been to Riyadh many times. More other places than I care to remember there as one stint there, Roger.
QSL, I doubled with you a little bit, but yes, I was at King Fahd, and I was stationed at Myrtle Beach with the A-10 before I was there.
Yeah, I did copy the Myrtle Beach. We were back there in the mid-'80s, TDY, King Fahd Air Base, and a few other places that will remain anonymous, so to speak, for security details and what have you. So again, I welcomed it at the time, but then I relish it now. It is amazing to see how long it has been. We've been back there a couple of times afterwards, and then a few stints in Afghanistan and Iraq as well. Roger.
QSL, I haven't been back, but I do have a few anonymous places. I get that, and I always say I don't know the place to volunteer to go into those situations, but I'm proud that I did serve and that I'm glad that I went. So even though I look around the country today and I wonder sometimes, but I'm still very proud that we represented what we represented at that time.
Oh, no doubt about it. And of course, again, it's not like we had much of a choice. When you're designated to go, you go. And no sooner had I got back in March of '91, about 3 weeks later, my wife went over. She was a chaplain's assistant, so she went over and did several months there as well. So there for a year or so period of time, things were moving pretty fast there, Roger.
Roger. Well, tell her I said thanks for her service too. I got back March 18th, which was my mom and dad's anniversary, and my dad he was with the KC-135s out of Ohio. That's how I ended up back here in Ohio.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. You know, one day you're doing your thing, and the next day they're like, hey, go down to base ops. And, you know, they want to see you. And they're like, you need to leave now or you're not going. So it's amazing how quickly you can pack if you need to, Roger.
QSL, that's for sure. That's for sure. Like I might have doubled with you on the part that I was in Fairbanks, Alaska for White Flag. They flew us back early, and 8 days later I climbed off the airplane in Riyadh at like 111 degrees.
Yeah, that's a nice little change. Yeah, it'll make you feel really good. Yeah, it's nothing better than getting your shots, of course, and then sitting backwards up on the top deck of the C-5 for 13 hours with that M16 between your legs, and you can't move. And then they open the back bay doors, and you know, 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's like noon, and it's 120 degrees, and they want you to go sit in a hangar. Yeah, those are always the fun days.
Roger. A buddy of mine at church actually was a loadmaster on C-130, and we talk about riding in troop seats all the time. And from Alaska to Myrtle Beach, nonstop, was like 13 hours in a troop seat and a box lunch. I'm sure you've been there. Quick question: how well do you really like that new Yaesu?
Well, I'll tell you, I've had a lot of radios since I've been a ham, and I haven't been a ham that long, 2008. And there is certainly something to be said about new technology, and this is what they call a hybrid SDR. It has the receive so far for me does not seem to get overloaded with any nearby stations, and having the digital noise reduction that's adjustable, which I'm using right now. All I hear is you. So I'm very pleasantly surprised with the radio all the time. I'm still trying to figure out the best way to set it up for FT8. I do that every once in a while. They did come with a firmware update that includes settings for FT8. So it may be something I've got to do yet to make it work like it should. I'm not giving the radio back, and I'm really glad I did purchase it. It has been a big upgrade from the previous Yaesu I had. I did buy the 7300 first, end of January, and I used it here in Studio A, as they call it, for a few weeks, knowing that this rig was going to show up at a later date. We've had it now for about 2 months, and it's been a real joy, and it matches with the microphone real well. So I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Good to hear, because I think that's going to be my next one. I do like the ICOM 7300, but it was not my first radio. I'm on a Yaesu 450 Delta, and I'm running 75 watts, and I'm on an end-fed half-wave that, believe it or not, is about 18 or 19 feet. So I know we've been talking about 100 watts on a wire, but I'm doing 75 and half a wire. How about that?
Well, you know, it doesn't matter. The conditions are in your favor, then that's fine. It's exactly like it should be. We're just a 40-meter dipole, 38 foot off the side of the tower. We do run a little power, only because if we're doing the live stream and we're not, and we're calling CQ, it gets really boring really quick. At least I think we have an opportunity to be heard in most cases, and I think we can hear people as well. So it does help a little bit on that instance. We have a 7300 down in Studio B in the other shack, and we can tie into all the antennas we have here. And we also have rotor control downstairs as well as up here in this shack. So we basically kind of duplicate. Amateur radio 2 is one and 1 is none. So you want to have redundant systems. That's something that we learned as well. So that's how that works here at our QTH. Roger?
I think the main reason I'm looking at that radio is I like the external monitor feature. I guess I would ask, do you think you would use that as much if you weren't doing a broadcast?
Yeah, I would have it on all the time. I'm not able to show that because I'm using a video capture cable that goes into the back of the computer, so I can actually broadcast the radio screen onto YouTube. So you see exactly what the screen is showing that I did that for the YouTube channel. So if I wasn't running the channel, I would just unplug it, plug it into, I've got 3 32-inch monitors here in the shack. I could plug it into one of those monitors, and I have a 32-inch display of my radio, and I would rather watch that than the 5-inch or 4-inch screen I have now.
Just to step up for color. I think that's going to be my Christmas present this year, since we can't take half the trips we want to take. So, well, Randy, I won't keep you. It's great to talk to you. Like I said, I'll say thanks for you and your wife's service there. I totally understand that, and I hope we bring this country around. So, and I love the idea, and I will look for myself. Like I said, I did subscribe. I think it's a great idea, and I've recommended it to a couple people. And it's great to talk to you and great to get through. So I will turn it over to you, and I will be clear on your final. K0RWB.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, for doing that, and thank you for your service as well. And thank you for stopping by and supporting the channel and taking a watch. We do appreciate that as well. We'll see how things will go in the future, but so far so good. And by all means, give us a call again. And if you hear us out here, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left off. In the meantime, be safe and be well. Enjoy the rest of your evening and a great week that's coming up. And we'll look for you again real soon. Kilo Echo 8, Oscar Uniform Oscar, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, Jeff, 7-3s.
7-3.
The
K0RWB, thank you for all checking in. We'll be clear in QRT.
You have time for a mobile station? K0RWB.
I'll do one mobile station just because they're working their tail off. Mobile, give me your call.
All right, thank you. This is Kilo X-ray number 4, Lima Lima, K0RWB, Roger.
Let's see, Kilowatt X-ray 4, Lima Lima, Bradley. Is that a Roger?
QSL, thanks for picking me up here. I'm just in a mobile, running a homebrew SCR at about 100 watts. Roger.
Okay, I copied the 100 watts. You're kind of north and west of Atlanta?
Roger, about 40 miles northwest of Atlanta. I'm currently mobiling to Cartersville, Georgia, on the way to the home QTH.
Okay, well, your signal's moving, which is not uncommon for mobile. You're between 5 and 5 to 5 and 8, but the audio's coming right through, so I'd say your mobile setup is working for you there. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, I appreciate the report greatly. Glancing over at the S-meter, you're peaking about a 10, but you're normally about an S8.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It kind of works on both ends with the mobile. But I've heard a whole lot worse, and the signals jump around a lot. At least it's pretty consistent, so I'd say you've got the setup going quite well for you. And that's one thing I've never had good luck with was mobile setups. So we don't give it a try, but I sure do understand what you guys go to make them work there. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, it's a homebrew station mostly. It's a homebrew right into the radio and all the way to about 150-watt homebrew amplifier. So I've made most of the equipment in the vehicle, and it's also a 71 Chevrolet truck, so it's got a lot for a counterpoise. Roger.
Yeah, well, I think that's great, especially making the stuff yourself. I think that's terrific. Now, that's one thing I'll say about the amateur community. They're a very creative bunch, and we always seem to figure out ways to make stuff work bigger when getting it higher and making it perform better. So you're no exception. So congratulations on that, and glad to see that we're able to make a contact with you in the mobile. Roger.
Roger. Well, I appreciate it greatly. I know you're trying to go QRT there, so I appreciate you picking me up, and I'll let you go if you'd like. K0RWB. Oh, and the name is Brad. Bravo Romeo Alpha Delta, but I just remembered you probably looked me up on QRZ there.
Yeah, I did, Brad. If I can type them in correctly, a computer usually gives it to me pretty quick, so we like to try to stay ahead if we can. The name here is Randy, and the QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. So it's a nice little trip that you're making there with the mobile. And if you were catching it earlier, we're also live on YouTube. So if you want to hear our QSO on the playback and see what you sound like on the air, you can go to my channel. Just type in my call, K0RWB, and look for the video today's date, and you'd be the last one on the list there. About 2 hours 35 in, thereabouts. It gets you pretty close there, Roger.
Roger. I appreciate it greatly, and if you'd like, please, you could send me a link to my email there on QRZ. I'm good on QRZ. I appreciate that greatly, but I will look you up. The channel name is under your call sign, correct?
That is correct. K0RWB, or Kilowatt 0, red, white, and blue.
Roger. Well, that sounds simple enough to remember. I'll look it up. I should be home in a couple of minutes, probably 4 or 5, so I would be excited to hear how the homebrew rig sounds on the receive end. I've heard it through some web SCRs, but I don't think I've heard it through an actual transceiver there.
Yeah, that's a big thing here. You can try headphones and what have you. At least in my experience, with my headphones, my voice sounds nothing like it does on YouTube or on the air, so to speak. So at least to give you an idea what it sounds like. Nobody's going to know your voice better than you, so you can decide if it works for you or not. I think it sounds great in my receive, but you be the judge. You find out what works best for you. I appreciate you giving us a call, and I'm glad I stood by long enough to work you. Nice to work mobiles, portables, and QRPs as well. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Sound like you're just about home. give a look, give a listen to the playback, see what you think. If you're interested about when we're going to be back out again, you get that little notification bell that'll let you know when we're out again. We do this pretty much in the evenings during the week, as long as the weather's good. Brad, take care. Thanks again, and we're the last one of the evening. Kilo X-Ray 4 Lima Lima, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, my friend. 7-3s.
Well, thank you very much for picking me up and being given the opportunity there. I appreciate it greatly. So 7-3, stay safe. Thanks for picking up the mobile. KS4LL, I'll be clear. 7-3.
You bet. Thanks again. 7-3s. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you all.